Hello, everybody. Welcome back, friends, to another session here of Fallout New Vegas. I know it's been a little while since I last uploaded, but I was off on a cross-country trip for my birthday. I think I talked about it in a couple of the other videos here. Made it all the way out west to Zion National Park there between Nevada and Utah, right there on the border pretty much.
Howdy.
And then came back east to Virginia over 7 days. It was a lot. It was a lot of driving. It was a lot of spending money, staying in hotel rooms, and eating junk food along the way. You know, it was quite the experience. I'm glad I did it, but I'm also very happy to be back home with, my loved ones and my comfortable old spots and my
Howdy.
video games for one. That's another thing to be grateful for, that I'm back around. Not the main thing, but I do enjoy these quite a bit. So yeah, what did we do last session? Last session, we messed around with a bunch of quests here in Novac, including but not limited to Repcon and the Ramen Pen and Manny Vargas and his gay lover Chris Haverson. That's, I remember dropping that piece of trivia, fun fact there at the end. There are a couple things we're going to leave undone in Novac that we're going to handle those later. For now, we're actually going to move along down the road, and typically what you would do in a normal playthrough is that you may recall Old Lady Gibson down at her scrapyard there told us about that place, Helios 1, the solar power plant. And that would normally be where we were headed next if we weren't doing a special themed playthrough. Like if you were just playing this casually for the first time or on a repeat playthrough, you would be headed there next. But we have something different in mind. We have to go grab someone else for our posse, and she is going to be the key to pretty much all of this. So I know we've all gotten incredibly attached to Raoul, but we're going to have to go without him for a little bit. It won't be too long, but we'll have him back very soon. Well, I can't make that promise. We'll have him back soonish. But for a little while, we're going to have to part ways while we have a new friend traveling with us. What are these markers on my compass here? Ah, mole rats. Get them, fellas. There you go. Glad to see they still got it. I don't really need more at meat. Oh my goodness. I never knew you could really fling them quite like that. Wow. The corpses of mole rats might be the best thing there is to bowl with in this game. As morbid as that sounds. But yeah, so I'm 24 now, and birthday trip is over. Back in town, working, heading to Bible study and stuff, hanging out with folks. Glad to return to normalcy, let's say. Where are we headed? Oh, it looks like there are people that want to fight us right over there. That's Camp Forlorn Hope. We don't want to head over there quite yet. Right. Okay, I think I'm getting it now. I think I'm getting it. We want to head north towards Boulder City and then west along that road. So we'll do some light exploring on the way, some light killing, just to look around. I don't like the way those are cazadors. They don't mess around. Those things will kill you, but they are worth a lot of XP and money. So let's see if Eddie and Raoul can take them. If not, we'll run away and leave him for dead. You know, I know we're friends and all, but I'm not that friendly. So the funny thing about Cazadors is that even though they have wings, they can't actually fly. They're not gonna like fly up here and get us. They have to go along the ground. It's just an animation that makes them look like they're flying. Fellas, there's Eddie. There's Raul. You think they got it? I don't know that they have it. Okay. Oh, he didn't kill it. He just crippled it. There we go. I think he got it. Ooh, no, he's getting jumped. He's gonna go down. I will be amazed if he survives this. I mean, he'll survive, but I mean, if he doesn't go down. Well, color me pretty damn impressed. I guess charisma is not a dump stat after all. Who knew? You can treat it that way if you want, but it makes your companions quite tough. Well, screw it. I say let's go kill the rest of them, get some more XP. Southern Nevada Wind Farm. I mean, we can check this place out. I don't think there's anything important here that we're going to be using on in terms of like having a companion.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Goodness, he's a monster with that revolver. Blew the wings right off that thing. Big ups, Raul. Big ups. You're smoking. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little tired when I'm recording this one, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty sleepy, so that'll probably come across in my demeanor here while I'm recording. But I figured, you know, I'm in good enough condition I can at least record and make some more progress on this, because I think the way I'm gonna handle things, I don't want to do multiple games at a time. I'd prefer to just do them one by one. So, you know, I wanna make some progress. Chip away at Fallout New Vegas until it's done, and then I'd like to play something else like Final Fantasy 12 or
Get up, boss.
well, I'm not sure, but I think Final Fantasy 12 might be the next game. And, I've never really played it. I've played the introduction and gotten like to the tutorial, and I fell off with it. But I think, you know, I think it could be a pretty fun game, potentially. Yeah, we're really putting Raul through the ringer here. Although he doesn't make things any easier for himself by missing like half his shots. So. Anyway, off to Boulder City. Yum. Yum. That's how Swedish guys say jump. Well, I mean in English. In Swedish, I'm sure it's pronounced a different way. Comment below if you're Swedish and like to say yum. I'm sure you do. Oh yeah, they announced the Switch 2 today. The least well-kept secret, or as some would say, the worst-kept secret in, you know, the gaming industry currently. So I guess they got sick of it being leaked and stuff and just went ahead and released a trailer. Either that, or maybe, you know, maybe they planned it all along. I can't say that I'm all too interested in it as of yet. That's horrible. I don't like that very much. But they're gonna do a, what is it? They're gonna do some sort of Nintendo Direct about it on April 2nd, which is, you know, just close enough to April Fool's. You wonder if it's a joke. But if it's, I don't really care about the Switch 2 outside of whatever games end up, excuse me, whatever games end up being launch titles for it. You know, the launch title lineup for that. So, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's something good. Hopefully like a new Fire Emblem would be really great. Monolith Soft, the Xenoblade people, whatever they're up to next, maybe that'll be launching on the Switch 2. That would be pretty neat, huh? I don't know why I'm just watching this fight. Oh! That's not good. That's not good what happened right there. Oh, we also never went into the building. Oh, this guy's got reinforced leather armor. Yeah, we really shouldn't have let that merchant die, but...
Hey there. Hey there.
You don't have a job anymore. Your boss is dead. That is most unfortunate. There we go. When we meet this new person, we'll have, for our party, I mean, we'll have some stuff for her to wear. I shouldn't have taken her clothes like that. Oh well. .44 Magnum. That might be a first for us. We've got this sawed-off shotgun here. Lady Gibson actually has a unique sawed-off shotgun. It's called the Boomer, I believe. But it's, I think without use of a glitch, it might be impossible to actually get it off of her for yourself without killing her. I'm not sure if I said without killing her there twice, so if I did, I apologize for my redundancy. It will happen again. Back of Siggy's. Alright, alright. Oh, here's the pack ramen. Well, be free now, buddy. It's all you.
This crouch walking is hell on my back, boss.
I'm sure it is, pal. I'm sure it is. Alright, let's see what's, Siggy's. Let's, we gotta drop some stuff off to Eddie.
I expect to be
What are you
awed by your
carrying these days
dizzying
anyway?
mercantile sense, boss.
Just a bunch of money and Annabelle. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. He can hold on to that until we get him back. Oh boy, I just earned some reward points, guys. I don't know what that's all about, but that must be pretty neat. What do we want to give you? We want to give you the spare leather armor. We're going to hold on to the metal helmet. You can take the spacesuit. You know what? That's good for now. There we go. Get some light in here. What is that? Dirty water. No thanks. That's what they offer you at the restaurant when they're pissed you're not spending any money. You ever notice that? There's some restaurants, the water tastes like it's got lead in it, like they hate you for not paying for a drink. You know, that's probably just being very conspiratorially minded, very paranoid. But it does feel that way sometimes. Okay. Nuka-Cola. Holy moly. Lord, it's a lot of Sunset Sarsaparilla and 2 sawed-off shotguns. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, I should repair that thing at some point. Maybe we pay to get it repaired. Be expensive though. Alright, let's go check out that wind farm that we ignored. If you keep going, you'll catch up to your mercenary buddy eventually. Maybe. You take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. Oh goodness. Yeah. Ugh. I do not know how long this one will be. It could be longer than usual, it could be shorter. We'll just see how long I'm able to hold out here, really. Either way, we should be able to still make some decent progress along the main story and such. Bunch of empty metal boxes. Wind farm maintenance shack. Alright. Cool. More star bottle caps. There's a skill book, Dean's Electronics. Worth some money. Raoul's being a bit of a creep in the corner, but you know, we love him. That really, the way that there's that window on his forehead, it makes it look like he's...
Why are you looking at me that way?
It makes it look like he's wearing a backwards baseball cap, doesn't it? He's kind of, you know, he might be old, but he's hip, he's cool, he's with it. Yup. That's how you know someone's cool, is when they say things like that. Weapon repair kit. We can use that on that gun. Fishing battery. Gone fishing battery, some might say. Yes, I'm very funny. Thank you. Yeah, let's pull that out and fix it up. Oh, we have 4 of these. Well, let's get some money out of them and use them up. 44 Magnum's a good use of one. There we go. You know what? Let's use the other one on the 44 Magnum. We'll try out that gun for now. It's a cool little weapon. Yep, we're off to Boulder City to get the crown, save the town, and Mr. Krabs, as it were. I know they've made additional SpongeBob movies, but I only really care for the original. Although, you know, that's not very fair of me because I haven't watched the other SpongeBob movies. All the same, I feel like that opinion would hold true even if I did see them. You know. Uh-oh. Oh, that's... No! Oh my goodness. These scumbags. Alright. Normally I don't involve myself in the fights, but we gotta do something here. Yeah. Good riddance. That's Raoul, that's not the enemy. Oh my gosh, guys. That pisses me off. That was an innocent pack Brahmin, and it died right next to the merchant that owned it. What a waste. What? How cruel. You believe this shit, Raoul? I can see. Damn. That makes me kind of sad. They didn't deserve that. It was a... Damn. Well, that's how it goes, I guess. Wow, that is quite an advertisement there. Alright, moving on. And cook up some of this meat we got. NCR and proud. Powering and protecting our country's natural resources. So, like, do they... I don't quite understand that. I imagine that most of these are, or that all of these are pre-war advertisements. Okay, we can go out onto the lake here and kill some ants. Mostly because they seem to be terrorizing travelers, and that's the good guy thing to do. We are a good guy after all. Oh, they fire ants. That is not good. Oh! Not bad, not bad at all. I'm not going to be taking the ant meat. The ant meat isn't worth a whole lot. Whiskey. Alright, there we go. We leveled up again, and it was not worth a damn thing. Ugh. Good lord, what happened to this guy? I didn't think that ants were the type to leave you know, biomass behind like this. Jeez. Alright, well, hey, don't watch this if you're like a kid or whatever. Or, I mean, I guess you can, but I don't really see the appeal. Not like Coco Melon or the Paul brothers or like whatever children are into these days. Good Lord, there are a lot of ants out here. Not the fun kind either. You're not gonna make any potato salad for your Christmas party. Your family Christmas. They're just creepy and crawly. And they have things like thoraxes and multiple eyes and antennae. I mean, what's the point? You know? I don't like the way that was looking. I don't know if you saw that just now. Let's keep them, you know, it's a good day to be a gun user and not a melee weapon user. That's what I say. Great. Why am I missing things? After all that, there's still more. Being a exterminator out here. Oh, this tunnel is inaccessible. Okay. Oh, he frenzied. I can't go in there. You know, even if I could go into the ant tunnels, I'm not sure that I would want to. That's quite valuable. Alright, Eddie, I hope you're ready to take some more stuff. What do I want to give you? I want to give you these. And this, and this, and this, and that. And all the Siggies and the Wonder Glue, that's good enough for now. Look at him over there. Let's shoot him. There we go.
Okay, I guess
What
we're
a crack
doing
shot I am in this game from 2010 or some such. Oh! Alright, well, I'm not gonna lie, that one got me a little. That startled me. Kinda forgot about him while I was looting. Gosh, that really... I did not like that. Especially the whole zoomed up shot of the face and everything. Just bad vibes on that, bad time. So out here on the old dry lake, there's actually an old, what was that, a U.S. Army vessel. I recall it having some sort of loot, but maybe it's just a bunch of vehicles. Yeah, just vehicles and parts, engines. Huh. Okay, well, not everywhere can be a crazy pre-war loot stash. Yes. I had some grape juice today for the first time in a long time. Grape juice rocks. Grape juice is awesome. Who's this feller? The Lonesome Drifter. And that's a unique item, his acoustic guitar right there.
Howdy there, partner.
What's your story, stranger?
My story's a long one, friend, and I can't say as it's all that interesting.
Nevertheless, I'm interested.
Well, I was born in a little town out Montana way. Me and Ma didn't have much, ever since my pa up and left.
Your father abandoned you?
That he did. Never did know why. Ma always said he was a real mysterious fella, even when he was with her. Like he was a stranger sometimes.
Sounds like you miss him. Is that why you're out here wandering?
Maybe. Maybe I just never felt like I belonged back home.
Well, what do we think? I mean, these are both nice enough options. Let's be empathetic. It must have been hard growing up without a father.
It sure wasn't easy. Ma worked her fingers to the bone to make sure we had enough to survive. And I worked the coal mines from when I was 15. After Ma died, I guess I wanted to find my pa and get some answers from him. Been out here looking ever since, but he ain't an easy man to find.
What do you do when you find him?
Can't say as I really know. Maybe I'll just ask him why. Maybe I'll punch him right in the mouth. Hell, the more I talk about it, the more the whole damn thing sounds like a dumb idea.
Sounds like you should move on. Settle down, maybe.
Maybe I should. Don't suppose you know any place a fella with a guitar might find a job, huh?
Can't say that I do, sorry.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot.
It's a mighty fine guitar you have there, now that you mention it.
Oh, this old thing? Why, thanks, friend. This here guitar is just about the only thing my daddy left me.
Have you been playing long?
Just about my whole life. Ever since my daddy left Ma and me and went off to roam the wastes.
When did your father leave?
Long time ago now. I never even knew him. Ma always said he was a mysterious fella, always traveling on in secret.
Alrighty, well, see you later, the lonesome drifter.
So long, friend.
So what he has on, ignoring his gun for now, is a unique, what is that called? Oh gosh, I can't remember what the name of those coats are called, but he's got a duster. He's got a unique duster. It's basically the sheriff's duster, but without the actual badge on it. So, that's neat. Where are we headed right now? Okay, let's just crest over the hill then. Bunch of crows. We have discovered Boulder City. Now, if we read this monument, on this spot in the year 2277, rangers and soldiers of the new California Republic turned back the forces of Caesar's Legion during the Battle of Hoover Dam. Over 100 men and women gave their lives on Nevada soil to defend local civilians and the principles of the Republic. May this humble stone be an enduring memorial to their valor and sacrifice. We can talk to this guy, Private Kowalski.
You here to pay your respects too?
What is this memorial? Excuse me, what is this memorial?
It commemorates the Battle of Hoover Dam. The Rangers lured the best of Caesar's Legion into Boulder City and blew the whole town up. The NCR still lost a bunch of troops in the fighting, though. My older brother sacrificed himself so they could evacuate some of the wounded.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't worry about it.
Where are you normally stationed?
Camp McCarran, but I'm on leave at the moment, heading back to California to see my folks. I'm supposed to join up with a caravan that's heading that way up at the 188, but they're not due to arrive for a while yet.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.
So, something interesting about this memorial here. Let's, obviously his brother died here, so that memorial is in part to him. Let's see what happens if we just happen to, do this.
What the fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover Dam. You're desecrating a war memorial.
My apologies. It was rude and disrespectful of me to do that. It was an accident. what we're not going to say is you're a little bitch and your brother was too.
All right, apology accepted. Don't let it happen again. Bye.
That was just for some free XP
Whoa,
to show
whoa,
off.
careful!
So it's not, you know, anything crazy. But yeah, we'll say that was an accident, and we defused the situation with our... Oh good lord. Our talking here. So let's see. This is Private Kowalski, and this is a name of all the dead folks. So, Sandra Abbott, Julia Adams, Marin Addy, Eric Alsop, Hugh Althouse, Melissa Bai, Daniela Bicenti, Satham Betty, Eve Burnett, Paulina Biscardi, Julio Blittner, Jimmy Borges, Christopher Boulanger, Robin Bunt, Philip Burton, Penelope Carwell, Tina Chan, Mei Chang, Patrick Chang, Michael something, Marcus Christensen, Paige Christensen, Gregory Clark, Nelson Coder, Tyrone Clutchin, Jameson DeLuz, Ralph Davies, Curtis DeBoard, Clinton DeCola, Veronica DeLongis, Robert Daughtry. Oh, there is a Daughtry in this game. Interesting. Rachel Dumont, Neil Embry, Frida Esperanza, Darren Espy, Something Essa, Nuju Essa, Richard Falk, Richard Farnsworth, Ophelia Fiorentino, Kelly Four, Ariel Freeman, Kurt Friston, Mark Glasper, Max Gokenor, Franklin Godfrey, Theodore Gorobetz, Delbert Gudoli, Lance Hahn, Jonathan Hannaford, Rover Hayes, Peter Hernandez Jr., Randolph Hinks, Manuel Hokett, Brian Hoey, Lauren Hutchins, Jeffrey Huey, Whitney Jacobs, Autumn Jameson, Randall Jones, Peter King, Donald Kowalski, Jackson Krieger, so Kowalski there, he probably his older brother, or definitely his older brother, Elmer Kronmuller, Guy Leppert, Christian Lesser, Francis Lispet, Hector Lopez, Teresa Lutz, Matthew Mercer, I wonder who that's in reference to, Pete Mary, Hazel Myers, Billy Montalvo, Carol Montero, Gloria Morningstar. I wonder if he's related to Paladin Morningstar from 3. No, wait, that's Paladin Star Crossed, and I don't know who that is. Something Nassar, Sergeant No, Mark Newen, Daryl Norrid, Stephen Park, Polly Vermeulen, Jonathan Vorkum, Stephen Rowley, Patrice Quinn, Paul Kwan, Tracy Kwan, Stephen Rowley, Brandon Rayner, Caesar Reynolds, Eric Robards, Wishal St. James, Amin Samaha, Lawrence Story Jr., Raheed Thompson, Ashley Townsend, Dan Tran, Lonnie Wardlaw, Emily Waters, Roger Weston III, Reggie Wilcox, Frederick Wilson, I'm not going to start listing all their names, or all their ranks, Mary Wilson, Cody Winborn, Joseph Wolfe, Margaret Wang, Timothy Zhang, and Bradley Zhang. You know, I've never done that before, and I'm never going to do that again. Anyway, let's see what the Bighorn Saloon is all about. Pack of ciggies. We're not going to steal, though, because we are not a thief. We're a good guy. The shopkeeper is not up front where he's supposed to be. We can take the Sunset Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap, though. That's a freebie. How many of those do we have now? 21. We're almost halfway there, guys. Bunch of pre-war books. Why would you have these at a bar, of all places? Sorry, a saloon, of all places. Bunch of rare Nuka-Cola. Oh. Well, I guess we'll wait till he comes out. Alright, Raoul, you don't need to be in my face like that. Well, where is he? Hey man, wake up.
A customer. Not many people come into Boulder City these days.
The comb-over handlebar mustache combo is really not great. Tell me about Boulder City.
Most of the town is rubble, destroyed during the Battle of Hoover Dam. And the only other thing around here is the concrete mixing yard.
What's the concrete used for?
The NCR has been constructing bunkers up and down the river. From what I've heard, it's a little late for that. Travelers over at the 188, just up the road, said that the Legion has overrun a couple of towns to the south.
Where does the concrete come from? We already know, but we're gonna ask anyway.
Most of the limestone comes from Quarry Junction out west, but I hear some Deathclaws overran the quarry. With no work to be had, all the workers around here have wandered off. I'm the only one left in town.
Well, sucks to be you. Anyway, show me what you got for sale.
What can I get you?
You can get me some money for all this stuff I'm about to sell you. That's what you can get me. Well, if you need Sunset Sarsaparilla, he's got 26 of them, so... You know, no worries, pal. He's got you covered. Anyway, what do we want to sell here? I think we gave away, whiskey, wine, vodka, scotch, purified water, Nuka-Cola, fire ant nectar. He's out of money. Okay. I mean, do you have anything worth taking? Not really. There we go. Thanks for your money.
Pleasure doing business with you.
See ya.
Come back real soon.
We're never going to come back here ever again. Oh, here is... So, the same way that you could find an early cowboy repeater in the sheriff's house in Prim, you can find an early lever-action shotgun here in Boulder City, the Bighorn Saloon. Like, you can find this regardless of your level and steal it, and it'll be a good shotgun. It holds like 5 shots and does decent damage. It is pretty good. We've got 1 or 2 more things to see here in Boulder City, and then we are going to continue the main quest here. So, there's the main quest. We'll be there in a second. Here's some dead bodies. Kind of crazy that they're skeletons, considering, well, maybe it's been long enough, but it's also weird that the NCR would just leave the bodies here, because this is technically a memorial. Like, look at all these dead bodies. And you can find a ranger hat, a service rifle, and a holodisc. Ranger holodisc message. We're cut off from the rest of the platoon, and there's legionnaires all over the place. There's no chance we can get out of here before they blow up the town, so we're going to hold out against them as long as we can. If anyone ever gets this, I'd like to make sure that Private Jeffrey Hui and Corporal Marcus Christensen are commended for their valor and sacrifice. Both have upheld the ideals and honor of the new California Republic with distinction. Ranger Teresa Lutz, out. And we saw all 3 of those names on the memorial. So, that is, I don't know. This feels like a memorial, but in reality, I guess the NCR just didn't search this place thoroughly enough to find all these dead bodies, and that's why all this has been left here. But we can't, like, take the disc and report this to anybody. It's just a little bit of world building. Oh yeah, I want to go check out this train station thingy if it's open. There is the Legion camp where Caesar and his legions are hanging out. We can't get there yet. We're not going to be able to get there for some time. But it's there. You can see it. Yep.
Don't worry,
Whoa!
with my cataracts, you only sort of look like the bad.
Alright, quick draw Raoul over here. Good lord, I mean... Shit, man, I'm getting jump scared by my own companions. God. I mean, I'm glad he does so well. It's just, you know, give me some sort of heads up or something. Bunch of soda in the vending machines. There's a terminal and a safe here. And let's crack this terminal open. Throwing. Alright, well, hey, first try. It's that easy, guys. Hacking, it's that easy. We're not going to disengage the lock because we want more XP from picking the lock ourselves. So for some reason these guys had bottle caps, regular money, which you would expect, and a bunch of... well, I guess these drugs are like, actually have medicinal use. So, okay, fair enough. Just kind of nothing in here. Oh well, moving on.
We've got a situation with some great cons right now. The brass at McCarran has ordered me to lock down the ruins until it's been resolved.
Can I ask you some questions?
Shoot.
What can you tell me about Hoover Dam?
It's one of the biggest sources of electrical power in the region, so the NCR's fortified the place pretty heavily. When President Kimball shows up on his inspection tour, I'm sure he'll be confident that the dam's safe and secure.
What happened to Boulder City?
Destroyed during the Battle of Hoover Dam a couple years ago. The town was set up as a trap for Caesar's Legion. The sharpshooters and the Rangers picked off the Legion's veterans from a distance, and the rest of the Legion just rushed on in. Then boom.
Where can I find McCarran?
Camp McCarran is the headquarters for the NCR military in this region. It occupies the old airport next to New Vegas.
Is there anything you can tell me about the Great Khans?
They're an outlaw group primarily trafficking in drugs and other contraband. They usually stay out of NCR territory, though.
The president is coming to Hoover Dam?
It's probably just a political thing. You know, give a few speeches, shake hands with the troops, boost morale.
All right. So what is going on with the Great Khans? What is going on with the Great Khans here?
One of my patrols was on its way back from Novak when it came under fire from the Great Khans. They radioed for reinforcements, but instead of waiting for us, they chased the Khans into the ruins where they were caught in a crossfire. No deaths, but not all the squad got out. The Khans have Private Ackerman and Private Gilbert as hostages.
What are you going to do about the hostages?
Acceptable casualties, I've been told. I don't like it, but the brass has their reasons.
I may be able to negotiate a deal with these Great Khans.
Normally I'd turn you down since I have no idea who you are. But considering that the hostages are as good as dead when we attack... All right. I'm going to give you a chance to talk to the Great Khans. Their leader is a man named Jessup. If we hear shooting, we'll be coming in. But it'll probably be too late for you.
I understand.
Good luck.
All right. We have a hostage negotiation to handle. So, got a bunch of troopers here. A lot of troopers, actually. Did that guy have a... Why are you looking at me? Look at the enemies. That guy's got a... like a playing card or something in his helmet there. That's neat. So, the Depending on what option you have two main paths of dealing with this quest. You can attempt to sneak in, or you can try to negotiate. Sneaking will make the cons automatically hostile, and if they detect you, they attack you. But since we chose the peaceful option, they're not actually, like, we can just walk up to them here. See? Like, we can just...
Fuck Benny. We'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
And obviously you saw the two NCR privates right there. What was it, Ackerman and Gilbert? Little submachine gun there in the tub. There's always goodies hidden around, you just gotta know where to find them.
The NCR sure did a number on this place.
Hope the NCR doesn't send reinforcements from the dam.
A bit late for that.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Good Springs. You're supposed to be dead.
So, you might remember this guy from the opening cutscene of Fallout New Vegas, the one that's animated with 3D models and everything, like CG, I mean. He was looking very wide-eyed and sinister with a shovel in his hands. I got better.
And here I thought us great cons were tough to kill. So, what happens now?
Where's the platinum chip?
Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back. He's probably back at the strip by now, laughing at me.
I want some more answers.
Yeah? On what?
What can you tell me about Benny?
He's one of the chairmen, big shots that run the Tops Casino in New Vegas. A friend from the city contacted me with info on a big job. I should have known that the caps were too good to be true, but there was still no way I could pass up the chance.
What do you know about the platinum chip?
Just a big fancy poker chip as far as I know. Don't know why anyone would make one out of platinum though.
Why is it that Benny betrayed you?
He's a snake, that's why. He owed us the rest of the pay for the job, so maybe he didn't want to pay up.
Never mind, let's talk about something else.
Fine.
Let's talk about settling things between you and the NCR.
What's to negotiate? The NCR backs off, we walk out of here, nobody gets hurt.
Free the hostages now, and I'll have the NCR escort you out of their territory. And we can say this because we have high enough speech.
I can't believe I'm doing this. But alright, the hostages can go. The NCR had better keep their end of the deal, though. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him.
So, we've learned who Benny is, his whereabouts, and we have the type of cigarettes he smokes as well as his engraved lighter. And obviously we know what he looks like with the checkered suit and everything. The only thing that we don't really know is why he betrayed the Great Khans and why he wants the platinum chip in the first place.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on. So yeah, he was one of the two Great Khans in the beginning movie. The other guy was this guy, McMurphy, and he's dead. So we get his stuff. I'd feel bad about it, but I mean, they're the Great Khans. They're not good people. I mean, they're decent enough people, pack of ciggies. They're decent enough people, but they are like horrible, you know, gang member. I don't know. The game walks a fine line with them. They're not the worst, but they're not great people either. You know, they are morally gray, leaning towards bad. but they can be reasoned with, and you can make friends with them.
Hope the NCR doesn't send reinforcements from the dam.
That's quite a hairstyle you've got. I don't know how you maintain that. But yeah, as you can see, they have let the hostages go. And so now we've just got to negotiate things over. With, I believe his name was Lieutenant Monroe up front. Where are those hostages we freed? I guess they left the place already? Oh,
Man, I thought I was dead for sure.
Thanks for the rescue.
alrighty.
I'm glad you're able to get my people freed, but there's a new problem. I just got orders to take out the Great Khans, hostages or not.
The Great Khans let the hostages go in exchange for their own freedom.
My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I?
So these options are phrased this way because we have one intelligence. The Great Khans were nice. You have to be nice too.
You're right. The Great Khans are free to go.
So we have become accepted by the Great Khans. Folks have come to accept you for your helpful nature. And we got fame with the NCR as well. Everybody lives and makes it out fine, and we make friends with everybody. And we just made level 14 as well. So that was just a win all around, guys. What do we want for this level? What do we want? Let's see. Yeah, most of these are just not all that good. These are good. I mean, this is a good perk to have for like one DLC, but outside of that, it's not going to be very useful. Raiders and Fiends are not challenging to fight in this game. And even when we are fighting tribals, I think we will have them outgunned. And stay back would be a good perk. That has the potential to be good. I mean, that's a very solid perk if you have a high agility stat, which we have a decently high agility stat. That could really, you can get some extra shots and VATs out of that quite frequently. Fast metabolism is good. Hit the deck is also an excellent perk. 25 damage threshold versus all explosions is nothing to sneeze at. 25 damage threshold is huge. And so, I mean, essentially you will not be bothered by explosions anymore. If we were a melee build, Piercing Strike would be quite good, but I think we're going to be staying away from melee this run, which is a shame because I enjoy melee. Pyromaniac is another excellent melee perk, but the ranged melee weapons are not. They're pretty bad. Sniper is a good one. Center of Mass has the potential to be good. Chemist is good if you're a melee build. Jury Rigging. Now that is an excellent perk. Purifier can also be quite... Oh, but that's only melee and unarmed. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, this was really no contest here. Jury Rigging is such a good perk. It's really almost unbelievable. So the way that Jury Rigging works is every weapon and armor is basically distributed into categories in Fallout New Vegas. So with jury rigging, let's say you have a piece of leather armor and then you have just a regular piece of clothing. Well, because they're both light armor, you can repair leather armor with like regular everyday outfits you find. And the same works for like revolvers, for instance. You could repair a .44 Magnum or a hunting revolver with a crappy little .357 Magnum revolver, or you could repair a 12.7 millimeter pistol with a 9 millimeter pistol, or you know, like it says right here, power armor with metal armor, a plasma defender with a laser pistol, a trail carbine with a hunting rifle. So you can, this gives us a ton of flexibility in not only inventory management, but making money and keeping our equipment topped up. This is just a god tier perk. It is so excellent. No one should ever go without jury rigging in Fallout New Vegas. It is universal in its utility and its appeal. Anyway, enough about that. Time to move on to the 188 trading post, which, where is that from here? We're going to want to head northwest along the road. I think. Is that the case? Maybe we go north? I think it's this way, though. Oh boy, look who it is, guys. Victor jumps.
Fancy meeting you here, friend.
How did you get here?
Just rolling along on my spurs. Looks like I just might make it to New Vegas after all.
You see what happened in there?
Yep. Guess it's just down to you and Fancy Pants. I wouldn't worry about him. He looks all hat and no cattle, if you ask me.
You see Benny come out this way?
Fancy Pants? No, I ain't seen hiding a hair of him since the tussle in Good Springs. I'm sure he ran back to the soft living of New Vegas, though.
Well, it's, good to see you again, Victor.
Yep. This is getting mighty embarrassing. People gonna start to talk.
You know what? Never mind. I don't like you, Victor. Go away.
Look me up when you get to New Vegas. I'll buy the first round.
Yeah, Victor's one of those dead plot lines, assumedly, presumably. Frankly, I just don't like him. You know, I don't like him very much at all. He'll get what's coming to him. Look at him go. His running animation only resumes when you zoom in. Then he goes back to just kind of sliding along. That's funny. Playing a video game is a lot like rereading a book. You pick up more and more things with every time you go through it. And especially when you're taking your time and going slow and being thorough for a playthrough like this where you're recording, you tend to pick up even more. So I'm benefiting from this as much as anybody. So we have made it to the 188 trading post. Raoul, this is where we part ways for now. Actually, let's talk to the people around here first before I
Hello.
get hasty.
Welcome to the 188 Slop and Shop. How can I help you?
Oh boy, the Sloppin' Shop. Who are you?
Name's Michelle. My dad and me run this store. His name's Samuel. I take the day shift and he takes nights. We came here about a month ago when Prim went to hell on account of the prison break north of there. Found a bin to call home and set up shop.
Why'd you settle in this dump?
There's more to the 188 than meets the eye. Troops move back and forth on 93 all the time, and 95 is how NCR folks come and go from Vegas. No shortage of customers, so long as Legion raids south of here don't get worse anyways.
Yeah, it'll never get worse. Why is this place called the 188?
You do know these old roads were numbered, right? We're standing where the 95 and 93 meet, and 95 plus 93 equals 188.
What do you know about Legion raids?
Not much. I hear some folks got killed down by Nelson. Or was it Novak? I don't know. If they come up this way, me and Dad'll go someplace else.
You're a little naive in thinking that they'll give you the opportunity to just go somewhere else.
Have a look.
Typically, if you hear that the trouble is beginning to come your way, that's when you get out of the way. You know, you don't wait for it to show up at your door. But what do I know? You can... Ah, shit, we gotta repair some stuff now that we have jury rigging. So yeah, any type of headwear can go together. You can repair a metal helmet with a pair of sunglasses, or pretty much anything here, so... All the different types of one-handed weapons, like guns, can be put together, which is also quite something. So in this instance, I think we're going to use that and this to put together. Explosives you can't repair at all, so it's not really worth worrying about. This is good for now. She doesn't really have enough money to buy anything of worth off us, except
Back
for
for
maybe
more?
some drugs. Yeah, we're just going to clear her out of her caps here. No, I don't want the 10mm pistol. Put it back. So for now, just take these cigarettes and drugs, I guess, or maybe Nuka-Cola, purified water. We don't need these stuff, boys. There.
Pleasure doing business with you.
That is not what you sound like. I don't know why you said that.
Bye.
Well, okay. Hello, Samuel.
Welcome to the 188 Slopping Shop. Like our slogan says, it's better than nothing.
Okay, who are you?
Samuel Kerr at your service. Me and my daughter Michelle run this fine establishment. We came here from Primm about a month past. Doesn't look like much, but it's one hell of a location.
Well, good for you. Why'd you leave Primm?
Michelle and I ran a little shop in Primm till a prison break north of town spoiled it for everyone. Goddamn convicts just about shut down I-15. When traffic dried up, we took to our heels to find us some customers. I'm not one to sit around waiting to get saved, and Michelle ain't neither.
So one can't help but wonder where exactly they ran this shop of theirs out of in Primm, because none of the buildings are open, and actually, yeah, but they would also be competing against Johnson Nash's store, but that little room in the Bison Steve, maybe, you know, right there by the door, they have a counter and they had a locked door where they had some goods stored. Maybe that's where they ran their shop out of. Hard to say. Why is business so good here?
When 15 shut down, 95 became the route NCR citizens used to get to the Strip, or limp back home, after the Strip's drained them of caps. We get them coming and going. Coming, the suckers flush with caps they saved to gamble on the Strip. And going, the same folks, but now they're losers who'll trade you the shirt off their backs so they don't starve before they make it back home. Add in the troopers marching back and forth from McCarran and the Dam, and well, let's just say we don't miss Primm.
Good for you, buddy. See you later. Okay, be a dick then. I wonder who this mysterious hooded... No, you're not supposed to look at me yet. This mysterious hood... Man, what? Get... Alright, fuck this game. Bit over. We're not doing that bit anymore. What's in this suitcase? Nothing. What's going on there, pal?
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Yeah, okay. Get used to hearing that one. Hello, arms merchant.
You a merc? Because you don't look like a prospector.
You do a lot of business with prospectors?
Sure do. Lots of folk been coming out east, sorting through junk, looking for whatever they can sell. Times are tough back home. Too many people, not enough work. Unless you like shoveling Brahmin shit.
It's more about... Anyway, are you with the NCR?
Hell yes, sir. Well, not officially. Not anymore. They mustered me out a year ago. Administrative discharge.
What for?
It means my CO was an asshole and I told him to eat shit. He ordered me to flog a couple deserters. Those kids didn't desert. They just got liquored up on the strip and missed roll call. I don't know what else the brass expects. Half these kids don't get more than 2 weeks of training before they ship them out here.
Jeez. How'd you end up selling weapons?
Going home didn't feel right. Not with those savages camped on the other side of the river sharpening their knives. And I still get to see my old platoon when they pass through here. Make sure the new CO is treating them right, and sneak them extra ammo. Anyway, I was always complaining about the standard issue gear. The new kids don't even get body armor. Can you believe that?
NCR doesn't have the caps to outfit their troops?
Vegas is bleeding us dry. We're tossing caps at 100 different problems, while Caesar bides his time and lets us wear ourselves out. This war is gonna bankrupt the NCR unless we finish off the Legion fast and dirty. We shouldn't be perched up at the dam. We ought to be crossing the Colorado and sticking a boot up Caesar's ass.
All right. Show me what you got for sale.
Sure, no problem.
Now this is a lady with some money. I don't really want a battle rifle or a chainsaw right now, or even combat armor. So, let's see, carbon frame parts, extended mags, a match barrel, hunting rifle, extended magazine, 308 armor piercing, and 308 standard we will take. Let's make some money. Alright, well, she's out of money. But we are 4,004 caps richer. That's all that matters. Alright, going down in the middle here. I said going down in the middle here. Somehow that didn't break our legs.
Hi there.
Hello, homeless child with an assortment of knickknacks. I'm going to take your pre-war money because it's free. Sugar bombs and purified water. Okay. Hello, the forecaster.
Hi, mister. I hope you're doing fine today.
Where are your parents, kid? You here all alone?
I don't have a mama or papa anymore. I see them sometimes when I take off my medicine, but they can't stay. I'm pretty used to being on my own.
What do you got for sale?
Oh, I don't sell things, mister. I sell thoughts.
You don't sell that junk behind you?
That's not junk. That's other people's thoughts. People had to think to make them, and the thoughts got stuck inside. I need other people's thoughts to fill my head when I'm not thinking myself. Otherwise, it's kind of empty.
You sell thoughts?
I can take off my medicine and do some thinking. People say it's real interesting. I don't know because I never hear it. Some people say that it's a gift. Other people say it's the kind of thinking anyone could do if they watched more than they talked. I don't know which is true. I see a lot. I think a lot. There's a lot to hear through the 188, too. That maybe accounts for the thinking.
What is your medicine and how do you take it off?
This thing on my head is headache medicine. It works real good, except I can't think when it's on. Really think, I mean.
I might be interested in buying your headache medicine. How much?
Thinking hurts you too? Aw, I wish I could let you have the one on my head, but I can't. It hurts real bad when I don't wear it.
Alright, well I'll pay 100 caps to hear your thoughts.
Great! What do you want me to think about? I can think about you, here, or everywhere. What do you want?
Do your thinking about everywhere.
Let me take off my medicine. Bull and bear over the dam, at each other's throats. But a light from Vegas? Balls spinning on the wheel, more than two at the table, placing bets. All lose in different ways. A dam of corpses, towns of corpses, scattered across the sand. But whose? In what shares? Even the dealer doesn't know. Forecast, a rain of blood will flood the desert and not purify it. Blah. Thinking about everywhere always makes me feel a little sick.
How do you know these things?
Oh, I don't know anything, mister. I just think it. And then I don't.
Alright, here's another 100 caps. I want to hear your thoughts.
Sure, I could do some more thinking. What should I do my thinking about this time?
Do your thinking about here.
I need to take off my medicine. Local. The here and now. Little of interest. Things to buy. False hopes and regrets watered down, washed down in dirty glasses. With regret comes a girl, smiling sad, brown robe, name Veronica. Half here, wraps her and her heart up like a pack. In the pack, a key, some say. Forecast, cloudy with a chance of friendship. Ouch! Thinking small only hurts a little, but it's a sharp pain.
Alright, last bit of thinking. Do your thinking about me.
Okay, let me take off my medicine. Your face does the thinking. 2 to the skull, yet 1 gets up. Odds are against you, but they're just numbers after the 2 to 1. You're playing the hand you've been dealt, but you don't let it rest. You shuffle and stack, and a gamble. A gamble that may pay off, but how? Forecast, rapidly changing conditions. A lot of thinking. Most of it in your face. It's almost shouting at me. Sorry if I said anything weird.
Any more thoughts I can pay you for?
Sorry, sir. All that thinking has made my head hurt. I don't think I'll be doing any thinking for a long time.
Alright, and that's the forecaster. But hey, we gave him quite a bit of money. I'm sure he'll be fine on his own around here for a good long while.
This job's boring enough without talking to you. Go see Alexander. Hey.
Hello, Alexander.
Is there some reason I should be talking to you?
I'd like to see what you have for sale.
Am I selling? Yeah. Am I selling to you? No. Sorry to hurt your feelings, but you're small time. Move along.
Guns 40. I figure a guy like you gets his pick of killing gear. Kind of cringe, but alright.
You might be onto something. I'd like to hang on to any weapons mods I run across. Take a look.
It would be weapon mods, not weapons mods. It's kind of weird that they insist on calling it that. Oh, golly, these are... Yeah, there's a lot. We're gonna be spending a lot of money here. You know what though, are we really gonna use an anti-material rifle? No, maybe. Maybe. Oh, whatever, it's an investment. Might as well. Have fun. There's some money, there's some money. There's some money. probably sell him some energy. Yeah. Energy ammo. There we go. We cleared him out.
Another satisfied customer.
So you're a gun runner?
Like you have a clue what that even means.
Tell me about the gun runners.
The gun runners have been putting rapid-fire death dealing in the hands of anyone who needed to defend himself for over a century. We're the NCR's #1 supplier of weapons and ammunition. You might call us an unofficial branch of the Army.
What do you do?
I'm a salesman. I swing through McCarran and the Dam once a week or so to take orders. But lately, I spend most of my time in this piss heap. Ever since the 15 shut down, all caravans come through here, right to me. I check the stock and direct deliveries onward to meet orders. Sure, it stinks to hang out here, but it won't be forever. Plus, I can afford a monthly bender on the Strip and still build up my nest egg.
So where can I buy some weapons?
There's usually a gun merchant hanging around topside. I'm sure she'll take care of you.
Tell me about the gunrunner caravans.
Not much to tell. A Brahmin or two loaded up with weapons, and a whole mess of well-armed guards to make sure it ends up where it's supposed to. One nifty bit, though. The gun cases are rigged to explode, so trying to loot one of our caravans doesn't do much good. And that's how the NCR stays equipped. The only thing we don't bring in is energy weapons.
Why don't you deal in energy weapons?
We used to, but every caravan carrying them was getting ambushed and wiped out by someone sophisticated enough to know which was which. We think it was the Brotherhood of Steel. Those crazies always go hard for energy weapons. But the NCR would rather pretend they killed all of them.
I don't like your attitude.
You like it any better if I tell you to fuck off?
Oh. And that's pretty much everything on the I-88, the 188 rather. Although, there is one more person we have to talk to, and for this, you know, it means that we and Raoul will have to part ways. So,
What can I do for you, boss?
we got to part ways
Good
for now.
call. I mean, if that's what you really want, boss.
I think it's for the best.
That's why you're the boss. You always make the right decision. I'll just head home. Home to my lonely abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere.
Well, so that's that then. Another star bottle cap. Alrighty.
Hey,
Veronica.
no offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from?
Good Springs.
Wow, you have come a long way then. I've never been there, but I've met some traders who pass that way. Well, welcome then. I'm Veronica. I live in a hole in the ground.
You live in a hole in the ground?
Well, a bunker, if you want to get technical. I think it sounds more interesting my way. But I'm not there much anymore. I'm usually out here picking up food and supplies for my family, whatever they need.
So you just leave them in the bunker?
Yeah, I'm not worried. They can handle themselves. But somebody has to get the groceries, know what I mean? And actually these days, I think they'd rather have me out here anyway. But that's a whole other story. So listen, can I ask you something on the level?
Go ahead.
I had a run-in with this group calling themselves the Brotherhood of Steel. Pretty strange bunch. Do you know anything about them?
I've heard they shoot lasers from their eyes. I know who they are, but I don't really care about their agenda. I know who they are, but I don't care about their agenda.
Yeah, it's pretty far out, right? fixating on old technology just doesn't seem very relevant to most people's lives. Hey, so where are you headed anyway?
I just kind of drift from place to place.
Just wherever the wind takes you, huh? I like that. Keeps things interesting. I'll be honest. You're the first person I've run across out here that looks like he can really handle himself. There are places I've never been to that'd be too dangerous for just me. What do you think? Maybe we could travel together. Help each other out.
Don't you have a family to feed?
Like I said, they can handle themselves. And I'm not the only one getting supplies for them. It's a big family.
I see. Where are you hoping to go?
Oh, nowhere in particular, really. Just hoping to see more of the world. Looking for a fresh perspective. I want to see how different groups have adapted to survive in the Mojave. See if there's something I can learn from.
Well, you don't look like much. What do you bring to the table?
Good. That's the look I was going for. Trust me on this one, though. You'll be glad you brought me along. If I turn out to be a burden, we can part ways at any time. No hard feelings.
All right. You know, she's kind of got a lisp like me if you listen real close. Anyway, let's travel together.
Now you're talking. One thing you should know first, though. I ask you about the Brotherhood because I'm one of them. I know, but I had to know how you react when I told you. We have made a lot of enemies. You still okay bringing me along?
Actually, I'm more comfortable now that I know you've had some training.
I'm great at punching people. I'm not gonna lie. It's a gift. Well, thanks for taking a chance on a naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand. Let's hit the road, huh?
Not so fast. Let's see what that perk you gave us did. Scribe assistant. So she's a workbench, just like Eddie. Great. I love redundancy in my perks. Anyway.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
You better fucking believe I am. No, you're gonna put on some... What happened to the other set of... Eddie? Eddie, where are you? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. That's good enough for now. Alright, we need to get you dressed.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
You're gonna wear that. You're gonna wear this metal helmet. And you're gonna wear these sunglasses. And lastly, you're gonna put on this power fist I gave you. There we go. Now look at her. She's a real menace. Wow, the metal helmet really looks fucking stupid on women in this game. Stay still. I'm trying to get the back of your head. Okay, whatever. What a stance. What a stance. Are you really not going to put on the
You're making me
sunglasses?
carry the heavy stuff, aren't you?
You're also not wearing the power fist I got you. Interesting. Well, then I'll take that back.
You're making me carry the
Maybe
heavy
she is
stuff, aren't
using
you?
it. I can't tell. We'll give it to her. Maybe we take... Nah, the metal... I mean... Yeah, she looks pretty stupid. What if we take the metal helmet
got
off?
something good for me?
Oh. That's really not...
Ooh, got
You know
something
what?
good for me?
That's-
Is it a dress?
You could wear that. I don't know. What do you guys think? We already got Raoul and the other thing, so I guess
You're
we'll give her
making me
metal
carry the
helmet.
heavy stuff, aren't you?
And you give me that back and this. All right, now let's talk.
What's up?
Why do you sound... All right. I have questions I want to ask you.
He was dead when I got there.
All right, I'm going to take your helmet off for the duration of our conversation.
Ooh, got something good for me? Ooh, got something... What's up?
All right, again, questions I wanted to ask you. Tell me about the Brotherhood of Steel.
It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know?
What's their purpose?
Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology, controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission.
How did you get to be a member?
More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it. No, actually, you're born into it. My parents, their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point. I keep hoping we'll change that.
What do you do for them?
I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically grocery shopping, except sometimes the groceries are scavenged parts and arcane technology. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units, but he'd never tell me what they were for. Nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the 188, but sometimes I think it's just to keep me out of everyone's hair.
Do you like being a member?
I know sometimes I sound like I don't. I know. But there's something that still rings true to me about our code. There's an honor to it. We're protecting people. Even if it's from themselves, it's a good cause. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes, treat all our practices with the same sacredness.
Who is Father Elijah?
He was our elder when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east.
The hell? Why doesn't... What's the Codex?
Ah, the Codex. If it's in there, we have to abide it. If it's not not important. It documents our history, too. Part of what scribes like me do is update it. I wonder... Nah, they'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's axioms.
Does the Brotherhood protect people from raiders or other threats?
No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously.
Alrighty. Well, never mind. Ever heard of a guy called Benny?
Sure. He's one of the hotel managers on the Strip. He comes up in the news now and then. Him and the other chairmen run the Tops. It's one of the nicer hotels. Or so I hear. Elder McNamara wouldn't shell out for a passport for me, so I've actually never been to the Strip. Why do people get so cheap when they get old?
Great question. Alright. Do you know anything about New Vegas?
Yep, it's your typical city layout. Rich people in a gated community surrounded by extreme poverty. House gave the area around the Strip to the locals, but he has no interest in it, so he ignores it entirely. It just needs new management. I'd love to see the Brotherhood do it, but since the Codex doesn't say clean up Freeside, no one listens to me. Bunch of sticklers.
Alright. What do you think of the NCR?
I'm worried they'll be the death of the Brotherhood. They take what they want. We defend our interests to the death. But there's a handful of us and tens or hundreds of thousands of them. So it's not going to end well. Last time we clashed, we lost a lot of people. Retreated to our bunker. Now we're afraid to even move around during the day.
Any thoughts about Caesar's Legion?
Silliest dressed band of raping, slaving marauders you'll see east of California. I'll say that. Where's that touch of old world class? Although, I hear the soldiers mount each other as much as they mount their women, so maybe they did keep a little something from the Empire. No such privilege for the women, though. Figures. So, to answer your question, they're a bunch of hypocritical jerkwads. It's a word.
Any more questions? Nope. Tell me about yourself, Veronica.
I like long walks in the desert and candlelit metal workshops.
How can I best use your skills?
I like punching things, but sometimes shooting things just has to do.
Anything else?
Yeah. I've been taking things apart and putting them back together since before I said my first word. You want to build something? Talk to me, and we can do it right there on the spot. Workbenches are for novices. Who knows? I might even be able to show you a Brotherhood trick or two.
Well, I mean, I have Eddie for that, actually. What are your goals?
I want a dress.
A dress?
Yeah, a good one. Something elegant and classy, you know? But still stylish. Something that's eye-catching and sexy, but also says, don't fuck with me. I keep hoping I'll come across some old-world designer gown when I'm scavenging, but it never happens. Maybe I should move back to California.
That's your goal? You want a nice dress?
Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants. I just like them, you know? They make you feel like a woman. Those ladies before the war, they knew what they were doing.
Who was this Father Elijah to you?
I would say he was my tutor, but that doesn't cover it. After my parents passed, he looked after me. The whole Brotherhood brought me up, really, but he made sure of it. I never had a grandfather, not that I knew anyway. But Elijah was in some ways what I'd imagine a grandfather to be.
Did you follow him from California?
It was by his request, actually. He cleared it with the other elders. Somehow. They sent him to look into the dam. There was a time when I'd have begged to follow. Watch him at work.
What changed?
He did. For years, he fought with the council. Taught me to question our direction. Meanwhile, he'd become more out of touch than all of them. On our way east, he demanded we stop at Helios 1 to examine it. While we were there, we received word that the NCR had taken the dam. He was furious. Called it children playing with a bomb, but he was mad because we'd lost its power. What we'd use it for. He didn't even care.
How is that different from how any other elder would have reacted?
They're cautious. When they discover something, they respect it, learn its limits, consider how to preserve it. Used to drive Father Elijah crazy. He liked to learn limits too, but only so he could push them. That's not to excuse the other elders, though. They all covet technology for its own sake. Some are just more fanatical than others.
Ever try to talk some sense into him?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't help him. He just didn't listen. And the idea that people talk back to him... If he could have made the Brotherhood act like machines, ordering them around with the push of a button, he would have.
This Father Elijah guy sounds like a real card. I hope we never run into him. What did you learn from him?
Elijah could look at an old device and immediately understand what made it work. And he could see its potential, where it fit with other technology. It's not something he could teach, but he tried with me. Some of it stuck. But that's what he taught me. You ask what I learned from him.
How is that different? What did you learn from him?
I learned what I don't want to become. In the end, there was just him and his vision. Nothing and no one else.
Were you close?
Yeah. I miss him.
Where is he now?
I don't know. Last time anyone saw him was in the battle at Helios 1. I wasn't there. He gave orders to hold the plant until it could be reactivated. But he ran out of time. The NCR overran it. Everyone thought he was dead. But I got a note from him at a comm station. That's how he liked to talk, even to me. He wasn't good at face-to-face.
What was in the note?
It was... strange. Even for Father Elijah. He's always been unstable, but this was... something else. I don't want to say delusional, but I don't know what else to call it. The only thing familiar about it was the signature. He said the Brotherhood was doomed, but that he'd return, save us. But the way he said it... I don't know. Said he'd return with one of the greatest treasures of the old world. Make the Mojave like it was meant to be. Wipe the slate clean.
Do you have any other family in the Brotherhood?
Just my parents, but they haven't been around for a long time. Dad was a paladin, Mom was a scribe. They died in the same battle, trying to hold off the NCR from... something. I don't remember what it was. Guess it seemed important at the time.
Things always do. Ever been in love?
Ever been nosy? I was, once. We were pretty young, but I like to think it was love.
What happened?
She left the Brotherhood. Wanted to put some distance between herself and her parents. Since our membership isn't open to outsiders, some members think that obligates all of us to procreate. You can guess which camp her parents belong to.
You didn't go with her?
No. Couldn't bring myself to leave everyone else behind. Couldn't convince her to stay, either. I'd hoped love would be enough to influence her decision, but it wasn't. We were both too stubborn. I don't know where she is now, but I'm sure she's moved on. I still think about her, though. Once in a while.
Oh. Are you well respected among other members of the Brotherhood?
If you take trying to keep me as far away from Hidden Valley as possible because I ask too many difficult questions as a sign of respect, oh yeah. That's not to say I don't get along with them. I just think they don't know what to do with me sometimes.
Is there some place you wanted me to take you?
Nowhere specific. I just know there are a lot of groups who are actually doing well for themselves out here. I want to understand how and why. See them at work.
Alright. That's everything with Veronica.
Ooh, got something
now.
good for me?
I mean,
Is it a dress?
She dropped the lore there that she's gay, a homosexual woman, which puts the homosexual character tally up to 3, I do believe, for now. Technically 4. Technically 4.
Evening.
I don't know why I'm keeping track of that. I'm not really the type to really care about that sort of thing. But sure, why not? We'll keep a tally. Let's see. Alright, so we want to visit Camp McCarran. God, look at where Raoul's shack is. Alright, what's the plan? What's the plan? We need to go to Camp McCarran. And we need to go somewhere else as well. For now, let's go to Novak.
Prim
Hello,
limped out and
traveling
accepted
merchant.
NCR rule. Hey there. Need any?
Please stop pointing that gun at me. Yeah, I don't care. Bye. Look at us running. I mean, God, we were beating feet there for a minute. Oh. I guess one of the snipers there took out a raider. Good for them. Good for them. Dead legionaries with actual good stuff on them. Wow. Why is my strength even lower? I used to be able to carry... Oh, that's odd. Okay, for a second there it was saying I could only carry 235 pounds of equipment, but I'm able to carry 245. Oh, I was probably below... It's the hoarder thing, right. What is this little map spot here? Okay, that's great. I don't know why that needed its own map marker, but sure, to each their own. What a character. What a character.
Hold up there. This area is locked down by the NCR military until we can dislodge some Legion snakes from Nelson.
The name's Bonfrey.
Oh, heck. I've heard of you. Supposed to be a regular hero or something, ain't that right? But maybe you're a little too reputable to get involved in some dirty work for the Republic.
Are you interested in cracking jokes or getting something done?
Well, I'll be damned. Looks like you've got some dirt in you after all. If you had a few dozen doses of Psycho on you, maybe we could pep those weepy troopers into charging down into Nelson and taking back the camp. But since that's not likely, you could help me take out the Legion's trooper hostages.
Why take out the hostages?
The troopers won't go down into camp with their comrades at risk. Dirty game the Legion likes to roll out whenever they get a chance. Problem is, Ranger Milo doesn't want to play. If we take out the hostages, they've got squat for leverage.
Well, why don't you try to rescue them?
Back at Ranger School, they taught us not to run headlong into a battle when you're outnumbered 10-1. You want to go down there and try to haul those crippled boys off those poles? You're dumber than you look.
Oh, yeah? I don't think I can help you, sorry. Talk about something else. What's happened here?
Troopers tried moving down from Forlorn Hope because we got this big gap between there and Searchlight. Turns out we were spread too thin. We took our sweet-ass time setting up in Nelson, and the Legion managed to hop over the Colorado and attack before things were settled.
Are there any towns nearby?
There's Novak due west. The 188's north on the 95. Good for all kinds of trade. Not much south on 95 unless you turn west on 164 to Nipton. Right off the rail line.
Are you in charge here?
Nope, I'm just the only ranger around. The rest of the kids here are troopers. Inexperienced, outnumbered, and under-equipped.
See you.
Hey, hold on. Just so you know, if you go down into that camp, one of two things is gonna happen. Either that little head of yours is gonna sail into the Colorado courtesy of a Legion machete, or they're gonna try to make friends with you. And if I find out you're friends with the Legion, I'll put a lump of lead through your skull as soon as you pop it back up over the ridge. Are we clear?
Understood.
Much obliged.
So,
Ordinary guys with knives and bullets, and they're taking over Nevada.
there we go. Veronica had something to say about one of the three, or about one of the factions here. Oh, shit. Free C4. Don't mind if I do. That's a free, like, 3,500 caps. Thanks, dumbass. Anyway. Now we have to take Veronica a couple of other places for her quest. Yeah. So we will go as far north as we've been. We're trying to get to Camp McCarran here, so let's just go ahead and head north. So we're going to come by New Vegas, but we're not actually going to stop there quite yet. Oh, my mistake. I was headed the wrong way. Huh. There's just a great con hanging out here. I wonder if this is one of the ones heading back from Boulder City or something.
Fuck Benny. We'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
She got an eye patch and stuff.
Fuck Benny.
All right,
we'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
You know, we all repeat ourselves sometimes. And here's another lost great con. I say lost, but you know, you get the idea. They're headed somewhere. Oh, that's Jessup. Shit.
Still got a bit of a walk ahead of us. Talk fast.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really ran into that before. I always thought they kind of teleported back to Red Rock Canyon. Which, come to think of it, did I see Red Rock Canyon? I might have seen something very similar to that. Because Zion and all that. Probably didn't. We didn't really go far into Nevada. But I saw a lot of places like Red Rock Canyon. So that's cool. Let's not mess with that over there. Right now we're working on like our high priorities, and once those are kind of taken care of, then we can go crazy when it comes to exploring and doing this quest or the other and yada yada yada. It'll be good. These two doing all right? Yep, they're keeping up. She looks a little silly in that helmet. But the leather armor looks good. What's going on here? Oh, there's a traveling merchant. Worth checking in on. This one's not dead, thankfully.
Hey there, need anything?
What you got for sale? You have quite a bit for sale. I think I'm going to sell you some C4. What else? I don't know, I probably don't have a whole lot to sell, actually. Microfusion cell, energy cells, 5mm. Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Thanks for your, well, actually, I might have some more stuff here. Like cigarettes and such. No. Yeah, okay. Up to 30,000 caps, guys. Not bad. Grub and Gulp rest stop. Hello, Fitz.
Welcome to the Grub and Gulp.
What is this place?
Just a little rest stop that me and my good friend Lupe set up. Last stop on your way into New Vegas, first stop on your way out. That's what I say.
Okay, may I ask you some questions?
Sure, fire away.
Any place to buy weapons and armor?
I think there are a few places, but I've heard that the gun runners sell the best.
Where can I find a doctor around here?
Dr. Usanagi runs a medical clinic up the road.
Okay. Well, see ya. Hello, Lupe.
You need water? I got water. Clean and fresh. Straight from Lake Mead. If you're low on caps, I've also got slightly irradiated wasteland water. A little fallout never killed anybody.
Guys, she said it. She said the name of the game. Where do you get your water again?
The NCR fixed up the pipe network pretty good, and water merchants like me are allowed to have some of it to sell. If we have a water license, of course. Still, it beats the inconvenience of having to trek all the way to the lake to resupply.
I bet. Are there many water merchants around here?
There's a few independent ones like me, but it's mostly the big trading outfits that deal in water, like the Crimson Caravan Company.
I have some general questions for you.
Shoot.
Anything I should know about New Vegas?
They won't just let anybody into the Strip, but you should be able to have a good time in Freeside itself. Just, keep a close eye on your caps.
Tell me about the Fiends.
They're a bunch of crazies hopped up on all kind of drugs. Apparently, they're using one of the old vaults as a hideout. The army should really get in there and wipe them all out, but I guess they've got more than enough trouble to deal with right now.
Probably. What do you know about the NCR?
Their main base is right over there by the old airport. It's called Camp McCarran now. Some people like to paint them all as a bunch of bullies. Me? I'm glad they're around. They do what they can to keep things safe and orderly.
Okay. That's all I want to know right now. See ya.
Until next time.
I'm sure there'll be a next time. These advertisements, they're something else, man. Sorry guys, I know this is just a lot of walking with dead air, but I promise you it is worth it. We are running one very long errand so that we can have a good time with our good friend Veronica here. And all our other friends too, to be fair. We're trying to put together a gang. Oh, yeah. The reason that I had to dismiss Raoul earlier is that you can only have one normal companion and like one other type of companion with you at a time. We're gonna fix that, but for now, Raoul had to go so that we could make room for Veronica, so that we could set things up, so that we have all our friends. Pack of ciggies. Alright.
Glad you're with us.
I mean, saying I'm with you might be a little much. Now, we're not really going to do anything here, so don't worry. We're just stopping by.
Patrolling the Mojave.
There's a lot more troops here than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
No wonder.
We won't go quietly.
It's
The Legion
been a
can
long
count on
tour.
that.
All I can think about now is
Trouble.
Alright guys, this is our first interaction with the Fiends. Go get him, Veronica. What the? Be aggressive. Go. She's hiding. The woman is hiding. Alright, Eddie, it's up to you. There we go. See that? She punched his arm right off. Go fight. What's wrong with you? You're a melee kid.
Like the sight of your own blood?
Oh my goodness. Hard carried by Eddie. fire a shot. Well, I guess they just gunned down a fiend as well. Good job, fellas.
It's been a long tour.
All I can think about now is going back home.
Let's see, where are we headed? South-ish? We're trying to find the headquarters of the Fiends so that Veronica can make a comment on it, but we're not actually gonna, like, go in. Well, golly gosh, guys, I cannot figure it out where they are. Here's some more of them, though. Alright, Veronica, this is your chance. Don't let me down this time. Oh my god. That was crazy. You gotta go fight, man. I don't know why she keeps like leashing back to me. Are you like gonna go fight? This is quite... Yeah, I mean, look at Eddie. He's just getting in there. Big ups, Eddie. Garage door to abandoned warehouse, huh? Oh, that's part of a quest. Never you mind. Guys, I just don't know where we're gonna find what I'm looking for. I'm struggling here. These ruins are the right place, sort of. Oh, whoops. Come on. Good lord. Alright, I've got an idea now. We're bringing this guy with us. Never mind, that's lame. Oh, I love ragdolls. Ragdolls are one of the best things in video games. Carton of Siggy? Oh my goodness. It doesn't get better. Alright, Veronica. Do your thing. Any day now, you will go and fight them and kill for me. Wow. Oh, what am I watching? There we go. Good job, pal. Hey, a lever action shotgun. Turns out we didn't have to steal one after all. Pardon the ciggies. Ciggies. I really gotta stop saying that. We'll punch him.
You like the sight of your own blood? Murderer!
Big talk for a dead guy. Really, I'm the murderer. That guy's got a combat knife. That's really good. Oh my god. Well, maybe he had a point about her being a murderer. I don't know. I'm gonna hide and cover and drink some sodies to heal while I let them deal with the fighting. Some corn, grilled mantis, gecko steak, coyote steak, ramen steak. That should be enough. Look at that health go back up. Look at him go. Is that, oh, Driver Neffy. We'll just take his head real quick from him. Eddie, come on. I know you can do better than this. Oh, Veronica is really disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought she'd be quick to get in there. You know? Oh! I don't know why I'm having like weird withdrawals here. Very, very odd. We took out the fiends. Woo! Time to repair a bunch of stuff. Okay. Well, that's all good. For some reason, my carrying capacity is up to 275, and I don't know why or how. But, you know, never look a gift horse in the mouth, I suppose. Oh, it's, probably because of, like, one of the steaks I ate. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Well, get him. You see that haymaker she just keeps whiffing with? That was a 2-on-1 fight. And that was really pathetic to watch. Also, she keeps trying to take cover behind me. Get him, Veronica. Nope,
You
get
like
him.
the sight of your own
I'm
blood?
dying, Veronica. You gotta do something. Oh, she's a lost cause, man. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling you're not supposed to just watch them fight like this. Something funny about that, I don't know why. Here's that combat knife. I'll tell you what, we're gonna be raking in the money now. All these guns we keep scrapping together. To be fair, I don't know how many, you know, when you truly disassemble a gun down to its most basic parts, how much is actually swappable. I mean, I know some things like receivers and barrels, and obviously the caliber of the ammunition, are not things you can just swap around. But like screws and springs and bolts and rings, those are things you can move around, and like oil, for the purpose of keeping the gun lubricated so it doesn't jam. Veronica, you gotta go fight this guy, for my honor. She really does just whiff. I mean, finish the job, good lord. Gonna need some more healing, and not even of the sexual variety, like the famous song Sexual Healing. Come on, guys, someone's gotta do something here. Alright, whatever. Running? No, you don't. Oh my goodness gracious, did you see that shot? It's not easy being this much of a beast. I'll tell you that much for free. You know, it really takes a lot out of you being this good at the game. It's true. That's interesting that a plasma rifle goes together. So I guess the laser RCWs are considered plasma weapons, even though they're clearly a laser weapon. Like, in looks, function, and even name, they are laser weapons.
Trouble.
Very odd. Very odd indeed. Hello there. It's that easy, by the way. That was probably a critical hit. Either that or that guy was just really weak. We will never know. Cowboy repeater. 166 caravan shotgun. Yeah, we'll just put those two together. All right. I don't know why the Fiends collect stim packs. I mean, there's no... Maybe there is a way to get high off stim packs. I mean, they're a potent healing substance, so... I don't know how it would work, though. I mean, stim packs don't really make much sense even in... You know, the Fallout series itself, just, you know, with their very basic function, because it's not... You know, you're not like injecting pure stem cells. The closest equivalent we have to like a stim pack is like adrenaline or like Narcan, but those things don't heal you. They just keep you alive for, you know, a while against certain very specific things. You got much to say, Veronica?
No power armor, no energy weapons, and they're giving the NCR more trouble than we ever did. Hey, you got a second?
Sal, so normally we help out everyone as soon as we can, whenever there's an opportunity. But for all of us friends to be traveling together, we have to tell Veronica, not now.
Okay. Well, when you do, let me know, all right?
And now it is time to go get Raoul back, our good friend Raoul. And his Stupid little shack is all the way over here. Place marker. That's alright. It's not that bad. But it is going to be annoying having to go get him. There's an enemy over here. Or something. What is all that? Just a bunch of bighorners. We don't want to kill them. Not even this one. I actually saw some sheep that those bighorners are based off of while I was out at Zion National Park, rather. Pretty cool animals, man. I liked them a lot. And I went on a lot of highways like this piece of junk right here. I mean, not to say that they were destroyed, but more so just that a lot of overpasses and such, a lot of traveling that way. Hey, look, a bunch of NCR soldiers. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I don't know what this music is. I guess normally I have music turned off in this game. It says there's a bunch of enemies around, but I'm not really seeing much. Oh, geckos. We love geckos, right? That's how much we love geckos. Gecko meat doesn't do anything for us. Well, I think we're close. There it is. That would be Raoul's shack. Isn't that awesome? He's even got a Brahmin outside. And it's like a small one. Oh. Malnourished Brahmin calf. Well, I'm glad to see that Raoul takes such good care of his animals. We're going to pick all his fruit, because he doesn't need it. He'll be traveling with us. Wow, this is some place you got here, buddy. Anti-venom, Med-X. Fruit, 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 fruit. Some fruit. Doctor's bag, stim pack. Bunch of grenades. Ammunition for the 9mm, pilot light, fishing battery, gone fishing battery. Ah, that's a good one. I'm going to keep using that. So here's Raoul. Now we need to get over here, Veronica. Veronica, get over here. Alright, whatever. I have ways of making you work. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Alright. Now I'm going to save just to make sure I do this correctly. And let's see what our level says for us now. It says that we are a shield of hope. Wow. That's great.
What's up?
What did you want to talk about earlier?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
I need to reload that save real quick. I've done something horribly wrong. Alright, Eddie, you also need to back up. Alright.
What's up?
Shit, forgot to do the thing. Alright, Eddie, we need to talk real quick. Get out of here. Oh. He just disappears. Well, maybe this isn't gonna work. I don't know. Let's try that again.
What's up?
Alright, why don't you just go back on your own?
I could do that.
You better go
Not
alone.
much for family gathering. You ever...
Oh, it's you.
Do you want to tag along with me?
What's up?
We should travel together. Damn. Alright, yeah, we have to... Alright, there's a step to this we've missed. Damn it. I didn't want to do this. You know, I don't know if we can do this. Well, you know what, guys? We might be doing the main story a little bit more than previously thought. We might be getting a little bit more done today. Shit. Well, I mean, there's nothing for it. We're gonna do the main story a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean we're gonna, like, get everything done. We're not gonna finish the main story, but we're gonna make a big old leap in it. Oh well. Crimson Caravan, which we will quickly discover.
Morning.
Morning. Look at how speedy I am, man. I'm like Speedy Gonzalez without the sombrero slowing me down. Why did they decide that a mouse was that fast anyway? A Roadrunner, I understand. But a mouse? Also, are there any species of mice unique
Hey
to
there,
Mexico?
need anything?
What do you have, lady? You got some money on you. Here, take these. And a knife. Very good. These guys are the
What's up?
kings. We're not gonna mess with them right now. We're not gonna mess with anything in Freeside. Actually, we're just gonna walk right through. and not talk to anybody. Look, a couple of children chasing a giant
It
rat.
can be bought. It can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
They have
Come
knives.
to Mick and Ralph's.
I'm not going to Mick and Ralph's right now. Leave me alone. Eddie, what do you see? Oh, some thugs.
Had enough?
Oh, Veronica is just really bad in combat. There he goes.
Come on!
What's going on there, man? Damn, Veronica. Put him in his place.
Submit to a credit check or present your passport before proceeding to the gate. Trespassers will be shot.
We're just going to use a science check to say 1C, 3C, R34M.
Oh, Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
I don't know what that means or how we know that, but that let us through. There are a bunch of ways you can get a passport, or you can have enough money to get on there. We already had enough money, but this just gave us a little bit of extra.
Howdy, partner. You've come for a
boy,
piece, haven't
it's
you?
everyone's favorite,
Welcome to
Victor.
New Vegas.
Oh. Seems like you pop up everywhere, Victor.
Oh, shucks, partner. I suppose it can't hurt to let you in on my little secret. Old Victor wouldn't be much use stuck inside just one Securitron. Now, I can move from one to another with the snap of a finger. Pretty nice trick, ain't it? Just don't ask me how I do it, because I don't know.
What are you doing here?
Consider me your personal welcome wagon. Now hear this. The head honcho of New Vegas, Mr. House, is itching to make your acquaintance. Just head for the Lucky 38. It's the big old tower shaped like a roulette spinner.
Why is a robot passing on his invitation?
Well, now, it was Mr. House who made Securitrons like me. Seems the least I can do is pass on his message. Don't dawdle. He'll be waiting.
That's it. Keep moving.
Barely see the street.
Oh, wow, that's...
Shots were a bad idea.
I have never seen that before.
Going to have words with your commanding officer after this.
Why do they call it a monorail? It's a train.
I had never seen that animation before in my life playing this game.
What?
And that's frankly disgusting.
We're leaving already?
I have half a mind to throw you all in a cell and let you sweat it off.
And now here are the MPs taking care of the NCR troops that got wasted on the strip.
Hey there, friend. A bit of advice. You look like you could use some protection. Lucky for you, I got what you need. My stock and trade? All kinds of easy-to-hide weapons for slipping into and out of casinos. They won't give you a second glance.
I think you should fuck off.
Suit yourself. It's not my fault if they find your body dumped in Freeside.
Hey guys, I want you to look away real quick, alright? Let's just take a second to look away. Nobody has to pay attention to anything I'm about to do in the next couple of seconds. You know, you just hum yourself a little song or something. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, whatever. Nothing can ever be satisfying around here. Fine. I have a better idea. We're just gonna change the gameplay difficulty for a second. by Mr. Holdout. Anyway, that's enough of that. Anyway, we've been asked to come join or come look at the Lucky 38 by Mr. House.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Thank you, Victor.
I see you brought some friend.
No problem, I'll head up by myself.
Come back soon now.
Alright, they're gonna stay there for now, luckily. So there's a lot to check out here on the ground floor of the Lucky 38. I'm just gonna go for the highlights really and do some simple looting. Bunch of nothing. Pack of ciggies stashed away. You already know how we feel about that. Bunch of pre-war money up on the shelf here. Now I gotta go check the other one to see if they had pre-war money. They did. They did. And some more ciggies. And some books for some reason. As if anyone at the casino wants to read. Back here they got all sorts of goodies like empty gun cabinets. A lot of empty gun cabinets. Okay. Safes with a lot of stuff actually. Drugs and money and money and drugs and pre-war money and cigarettes. Quite lucrative for us to be here. I accidentally took a clipboard of some kind that I didn't want. For some reason they hold laser pistols in these safes. I do not understand why. But boy, are we piling up the pre-war money. Nuka-Cola. We'll repair those laser pistols real quick. There's just a little bar up top. More money. Refrigerator. Okay. More money. A bunch of booze and some unique boxing gloves called the Golden Gloves, as well as a copy of Boxing Times. Somehow we're still able to move after all that. Well, okay. That was weird. I think that thing is for a quest later. Yeah. Oh goodness, I don't think this goes anywhere. Nope. Unfortunately, you can never really gamble at the Lucky 38 because nobody's supposed to be in here. So there's no one to cash in your chips or deal cards or anything like that. It's alright though, we still make plenty of money from this place without all that. Where's that finance clipboard we should be dropping? Get that out of here. Oh, we're out of room. Well, we'll just walk around a little bit. That's fine. Oh, mean, between the vodka and the cigarettes and the money, quite a lot of cash just sitting around here. You know, fellas? Really not fun walking around like this, but, oh well. Someone really ought to tidy this place up a little bit. It is pretty creepy in here. The random stains on the floor don't necessarily help with all that.
Where to, partner?
I guess the penthouse.
Penthouse floor.
Penthouse floor. Hello, Jane.
Well, hello, Sugar. Mr. House is waiting for you in his office.
Who are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
That is nice and creepy. What can you tell me about Mr. New Vegas? Or, not Mr. New Vegas. What can you tell me about New Vegas?
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
Tell me about the 3 families.
They're just new money, Sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture.
Tell me about the casinos.
Well, of course, there used to be a lot more of them. But these days, there are 3 open to the public. The Tops, the Ultra Lukes, and Gomorrah. And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to the public. You're a special case, Sugar.
I don't know why she calls it the Ultra Lukes. Everyone else in the world calls it the Ultra Lux. Maybe she is just stupid. Tell me about the other attractions.
Well, let's see. The NCR has an embassy here, but why you'd want to go talk to a bunch of boring old politicians, I surely don't know. Oh, and the Vault 21 Hotel and Gift Shop has an adorable collection of old Vault-Tec memorabilia. And I suppose if you like neon signs, you might check out Michelangelo's sign shop.
Okay. Can you tell me about Mr. House?
Why, Sugar, he's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
I didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So you're a copy of a dead woman? What exactly do you do for Mr. House?
Mr. House has a lot of needs, Sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
I really don't want to think about that.
Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady's particulars. Hmm?
Great. That's wonderful, really. What is this place?
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino, or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
What kind of robots are you?
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ 88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
What's with the snow globe collection?
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course. In fact, One of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
I've got a snow globe from Mr. House's collection.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection.
Alrighty, see ya. Lots of people are rude about it around here, you know? So, we're a little low on inventory space right now. We're very slow walking around, but I'd like to... Well, maybe we'll just talk to him and get out of here and drop our stuff on Eddie before we go around looting more. Maybe that would be wise. This really doesn't feel like a luxurious... You know, it all looks like concrete and steel and... I don't know, it just doesn't really strike me as the type of place I would want to go back in the day if I was a high roller. It has a bad feeling to it. Alrighty.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it? You've come a long ways, literally, and I suspect figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see?
A city devoted to vice and sin. What's not to love?
Oh, come now, don't play the fool. Vegas has fools enough, a superfluity of them. They're what makes it so profitable. They come to Vegas chasing penny-ante dreams of high living, to feel like they're big shots, like they're winners. You see that you and I are of a different stripe, don't you? We don't have to dream that we're important. We are.
Why the VIP treatment? I'm just a courier.
Oh, don't be coy. You've been playing a high-stakes game ever since Victor dug you out of the ground. Don't be afraid to admit it.
Let's get down to business then.
The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough.
What do you propose?
My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip. What happens to Benny, I leave to your discretion. When you bring the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
It's a good start, but well below market price.
Very well. 5 times the bonus. Not 1 cap more.
I accept your terms.
Well enough. Return to me when you have the platinum chip in your possession. Any final matters for us to discuss?
Yes, I have some questions.
What did you wish to know?
How do I get to Benny?
It won't be easy. Benny is always surrounded by at least 4 bodyguards, except when he's in his private suite on the 13th floor of the Tops.
The chairmen are your employees, don't they take orders?
It's more complicated than that. The chairmen share what you might call a tribal affinity. Look for a man named Swank, Benny's second-in-command. He's always been a reliable, if unimaginative, employee. Do your best to convince him that you're working under my auspices. If you have evidence of Benny's crimes, show it to him.
Why can't you be the one to tell Swank?
By contract, Securitrons are to enter the casinos only when invited by the 3 families, or if other extraordinary circumstances arise. The moment I send one into the Tops, Benny will know I'm on to him.
Say I want to take a diplomatic approach.
If you were to approach Benny in public, you might be able to leverage his fear of exposure to make him agree to meet with you in private.
Any ideas on how I could catch him off guard?
Sneaking into Benny's suite on the 13th floor would be very difficult, but not impossible. There might be guards. Certainly there'd be a sturdy lock on his front door.
Alright. Tell me about Benny.
Benny has led the chairman ever since I recruited his tribe 7 years ago. Until his recent misbehavior, I'd planned to make him my protege. Maybe if I'd begun grooming him sooner, none of this would have happened.
Professional groomer, Mr. House. I mean, look at him. Does this surprise anyone? What use would you have for a protege?
To achieve my aims, I require a capable human agent to perform certain tasks. I knew Benny was ambitious, even ruthless, but I believed he would do the job so long as he was incentivized appropriately. Obviously, I miscalculated his drive for supremacy, but in any case, you've come along. A more than suitable replacement.
How nice. Why did Benny betray you?
I have to think that he found out about the platinum chip and mistakenly convinced himself that he could use it to his own ends. One of the problems of a tribal workforce, I'm afraid. No intuitive understanding of how complex technologies can be.
Why didn't you intervene sooner when Benny ambushed me?
Why didn't Victor intervene sooner, you mean? Goodsprings is a bit too far away for me to reliably control a Securitron agent by remote. I can send and receive packets of data at best. Victor's combat algorithms determined the proper course of action. Benny and his thugs were more than a match for a lone Securitron. When he alerted me, I instructed him to approach the site after Benny and the others had departed.
What is the platinum chip?
It's a very special item. There's nothing else like it in the entire world. It was lost a long time and difficult to find. That's all you need to know about it for this stage of our enterprise. Fulfill your contract, deliver the chip, and good things will come your way.
The more I know about the chip, the easier I can find it.
You might keep an eye out for any computers that Benny's been using. Maybe even a computer lab of some sort.
If the chip is so valuable, why use a single computer to transport it?
You realize you were just one of many couriers. The rest of them, dummies, so to speak. Add to that many thousands of caps worth of mercenary protection to screen your avenue of approach. Had I used an armed caravan to transport the chip, I might as well have been announcing to the world, "This is important. Attack this." I didn't want to attract the attention of groups like the Great Khans or the Brotherhood of Steel. Alas, the real threat was closer to home.
I have a right to know more.
That's simply not true. I am the only person to hold any rights pertaining to the chip. I designed it, and I paid for it, dearly. To develop that chip, I spent a sum of US dollars. Not the bottle caps that pass as currency these days, but a sum beyond counting. For decades, I paid salvagers to comb the ruins for it. And when it was finally discovered, tens of thousands of caps spent to have it brought here. We know how that turned out. Complete your contract, and it will be the last time I pay for the chip. Save your questions for then. In any case, Benny would... Our foremost advantage...
Okay, sorry, that was a bit of repetitive dialogue there. Who exactly are you, Mr. House?
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the new Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The three families are my employees. Before the Great War of 2077, I was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
You appear to be a computer, not a man.
Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicon.
The lifespan you're claiming is impossible except for ghouls and super mutants.
I see you've made a study of the topic. My knowledge of the science of longevity would fill several textbooks. Perhaps after a decade or two of economic reconstruction, I can commercialize these technologies and offer them to others, such as yourself.
So how have you stayed alive all this time?
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the sacrifices longevity entailed, financial and otherwise.
How did you establish New Vegas?
We can discuss this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action. I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region. Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in.
Tell me about the factions vying for New Vegas.
It's understandable that you'd be curious about this topic, but we'll hold off until the platinum chip has been recovered. What else?
Okay, well, I'm leaving.
Well enough. Be on your way.
Uh-huh. Oh, he's done. Okay, well, let's go drop a bunch of shit on Eddie. As is my desire to do.
Congratulations, partner. The boss has instructed me to comp you to the High Roller Suite. You can bring your friends too. Be like a little clubhouse for the gang you put together. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Any friends you got, they can wait in the suite. Enjoy the digs, partner. They're plenty fancy.
You hear that, guys? That means we get to have our crew.
Where to, partner?
Our gang. And we have a place where they can all stay together.
Casino floor.
Casino floor. Alright, well. That's about as far as we're gonna take the main store.
Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go.
That's about as far as we're gonna take the main story for now. Let's see. Ambassador Crocker's note. I wish to speak with you immediately in regards to important matters. I trust you have learned enough in your travels to know that the New California Republic is an honorable nation, engaged in a beneficent mission in the Mojave in general and New Vegas in particular. It is, in addition, a wealthy nation that well rewards persons who dedicate themselves to its national interests, whether for reasons patriotic or material. Allow me to reassure you that if you have committed any crimes or misdemeanors against the Republic, it is in my power to pardon misconduct of this sort. I stand ready to receive you at your earliest convenience in my offices at the New California Republic Embassy at the south side of the Vegas Strip. God bless the New California Republic. Dennis Crocker, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Department of State, New California Republic. Good Lord, could they be any farther up their own ass? Hello, Eddie. Come here. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff on you now. Like 14 cartons of cigarettes. And this fishing battery, this gone fishing battery. And 8 packets of cigarettes and a pilot light. And 14 Nuka-Colas. And 17 whiskeys and 9 vodkas. And some dirty water, I guess. I don't know, put like... Yeah, put like 15 of these on them. How much weight you got left? We'll put 3 on them. There we go. Alright, so... Eddie, you are gonna go to you're gonna go to my new penthouse, my clubhouse. Return to base. Eddie's at the Lucky 38 now. Veronica, you as well.
What'd you think of Mr. House? I was surprised he only had the 2 robot sex slaves.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time for us to part ways.
What?
Meet up at the Lucky 38.
Nice. Can I order room service?
Okay, now we're gonna go pick up Raul. Raul the cool ghoul, as they say. It's me. I'm they. I am they. Come on, Raul, you old dickhead.
Oh, it's you. You need something repaired or something?
You're coming with me.
Anything's better than staying here. Let's go.
Now go to the clubhouse.
I can't believe we were allowed inside the Lucky 38. That place has been a legend since before the war.
We need to part ways. Meet up at the Lucky 38.
Hey, as long as you're not asking me to go back to Black Mountain, I'm a happy old man.
All right. Yeah, you know what? Let's put together a crew. So we've got Raul. We've got, who else do we got? We've got Veronica. We've got Eddie. That's some of the people we can get, but not all of them. Sorry about that. I was a little bit mesmerized by that thing. Well, let's go pick up the next person. Who is at? Novak. We're going to Novak. Oh, hello. That guy's got a funny face, you know. Alright, we're gonna have to wait till nighttime. That should do it. Nope. Uh-huh. Hey, Boone.
No offense, but I need to focus on getting more rest when I'm off duty. I'm not sleeping so good. So now's not a good time. If you want to talk, catch me when I'm on duty. I'm up at the Dinosaur after 9 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Cliff Briscoe.
Hey, you came back. Must be doing something right.
You sure are. You sure are.
Welcome back. Can I get you anything?
What do you got for sale?
Sure thing. Have a look.
It's a whole lot of shit there, Cliff Briscoe, including that old Brotherhood armor I sold you. I really should have saved that for Veronica. I could buy it now. What do I have to give you for this? A bunch of frag grenades, a laser pistol. Yeah, I can afford it. That works. Get out there, Boone. I'm sick of waiting. Alright.
God damn it. Don't sneak up on me like that. What do you want?
I heard there was a sniper nest up here.
I think you better leave.
I don't. Just making friendly conversation.
I don't have friends here.
Well, I'm not from here.
No. No, you're not, are you? Maybe you shouldn't go. Not just yet.
Why is that?
I need someone I can trust. You're a stranger. That's a start.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to find something out for me. I don't know if there's anything to find, but I need someone to try. My wife was taken from our home by Legion slavers one night while I was on watch. They knew when to come and what route to take, and they only took Carla. Someone set it up. I don't know who.
You trying to track down your wife?
My wife's dead. I want the son of a bitch who sold her.
What do I do if I find this person?
Bring him out in front of the nest here while I'm on duty. I work nights. I'll give you my NCR beret to put on. It'll be our signal so I know you're standing with him. And I'll take care of the rest. I need to do this myself.
How do you know your wife is dead?
I know, all right. That's all you need to know.
You only trust strangers?
I said it was a start. This town, nobody looks me straight in the eye anymore.
I'll see what I can do to help you out.
Good. I'll make it worth your while. And one more thing. We shouldn't speak again. Not until it's over. No one in town knows that I know what happened to my wife. Best they never know. Or the Legion will be after me next.
See ya.
Yeah.
Alright, Cliff Briscoe. You know anything about Boone's wife?
Hey, you... Welcome back.
What can you tell me about Boone's wife?
Can't say we spoke much. Boone did most of the buying for him. She was in the store once, but she didn't stay long. Had a look on her face like she'd smelled something sour. But far as I can remember, the gift shop smelled fine. Well, fine as it always does.
Okay. Ranger Andy.
What's new?
What's wrong with Boone?
Had his wife taken. I don't think he'll ever be the same as he was. Damn shame. I told the Rangers up at the station to keep an eye out, but there's just too much ground out there for them to cover.
What can you tell me about Boone's wife?
Carla was a knockout. Whenever Boone walked around with her, he always had this funny grin on his face like he couldn't believe his luck. I know we couldn't. That wasn't the only reason she stuck out, though. That girl never minced words. If she'd had better food or hospitality, she'd let you hear it. Trouble was, she usually had. I don't think she meant it. She really was a sweet girl. I think she just wanted to remind herself that there's still nicer places in this world than Novak. Who could blame her for that? Look out for yourself.
It probably wasn't Ranger Andy, considering he's like, you know, an NCR ranger and would not sell someone into slavery under Caesar's Legion.
There was some kind of massacre at one of the ranger stations.
Manny Vargas.
What's going on, man?
Who would want to hurt Boone's wife?
Man, everybody. That girl didn't have one friend in this whole town. She didn't want any. She wanted to sit in her room all day and make herself miserable, and she went out of her way to be rude. She upset a lot of people. You wouldn't have liked her either.
Did you have anything to do with Boone's wife's disappearance?
Believe me, when I heard the news, my first thought was, I owe somebody big. I figured Boone would come around after a while. But he hasn't. I'm starting to think that if he doesn't find her, things will never go back to the way they were.
Okay.
Yeah, see ya.
How are you doing, Chris?
Welcome to Novak. My engineering skill...
Yeah, okay. Same as ever. That Chris, he's such a kidder. Boone's room. Daisy.
Your travels been going all right?
Sure have. Okay, you don't know anything about Boone's wife. That's kind of weird.
Howdy.
Jeannie Mae Crawford.
I hope you're finding everything to your liking.
What's wrong with Boone?
Nothing that wouldn't be wrong with any man who loses a wife, I suppose. Poor dear. I know he thinks she was kidnapped, but I'm not so sure she didn't just run off on her own. You could tell she was thinking about it ever since they arrived.
What can you tell me about Boone's wife?
How should I put it? I guess you could say she was kinda like a cactus flower. Real pretty to look at, but there was just no getting close to her. She never did take to living here. She liked the big lights and fast living of New Vegas. I got the feeling she was trying to get Boone to leave with her, but I guess she got tired of waiting.
What brings you here?
What can you tell me about Boone's wife?
Boone. That's that sniper fella. Works in the dinosaur, right? I only met them but once or twice. They seemed real happy together. I really ought to get to know them better. They're probably nice folk.
Well, that rules you out as a culprit. You don't even know she's missing.
Things treating you all right?
Dusty, what can you tell me about Boone's wife?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't really know them two as well as I might. I remember she had an edge about her, like she'd rather be someplace else. This kind of life ain't for everyone, that's for darn sure.
Alright, that hasn't really done a lot for me. Seems like our last lead here is No Bark Noonan. Maybe Old Lady Gibson, but that seems doubtful. There you are, No Bark. You set your own trap.
You've seen them too, haven't you? I can see it in your eyes. I knew I wasn't the only one.
Has anyone been acting strange lately?
I don't trust a man that doesn't have something strange going on about him, because it means he's hiding it from you. If a man's wearing his pants on his head, or if he says his words backwards from time to time, you know it's all laid out there for you. But if he's friendly to strangers and keeps his home spick and span, more often than not, he's done something even his own ma couldn't forgive.
Words of wisdom from No Bark Noonan. What do you know about the abduction of Boone's wife?
Seen it all. Seen shadowy folk come to his room and leave again in the middle of the night. Thought one might have gone in the lobby, too, for a spell. Could be that person went in to get something. Or used the John, maybe. Mighty interesting either way, you ask me. I thought it was cannibals, come to eat us all for sure. So I kept out of sight. But now I know better.
Who was it?
Mole rat men. Come up from the underneath to steal young women with promises of riches and fancy mud mansions with all the latest designer appliances. They covered our lady folks' long hair for wigs, it said, being either bald or balding themselves.
Come to use the John.
If anyone asks, we never spoke.
I love you, No Bark Noonan. You are the Easy Pete of Novak. And that's high praise coming from me. Well, look who it is, if it isn't that dirtbag. Oh well. So he's pointed us towards the lobby here. The only thing we got, it's just money, filing cabinets. The only thing left here is the safe. A bill of sale. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's take a read there. Bill of sale. We, the representatives of the Consul Officiorum, have this day bargained and purchased from Jeannie May Crawford of the Township of Novak the exclusive rights to ownership and sale of the slave Carla Boone for the sum of 1,000 bottle caps, and those of her unborn child for the sum of 500 bottle caps, the receipt whereof is hereby acknowledged. We warrant the slave and her young to be sound, healthy, and slaves for life. We covenant with the said Jeannie May Crawford that we have full power to bargain and sell said slave and her offspring. Payment of an additional 500 bottle caps will be due pending successful maturation of the fetus, the claim to which shall be guaranteed by possession of this document. M. Scribonius Lebo Drusus et al., administrators of M. Licinius Crassus, Consul Officiorum ab Famulatus. Quite a mouthful. But that means that Jeannie May Crawford is the one who done did it. Which, you know, She's unpleasant enough for it. Why, hello, Jeannie Mae Crawford. What a lovely home you have. Not really. Why is your refrigerator locked? You know what? You're a criminal. I don't have to respect your rights. I mean, you're a slaver. I don't have to respect your rights. Let me see. What's in your fridge that you're trying to hide? Ah, the money from her payments. Be taking that. And you see how we lost no karma for doing that? Kind of interesting.
Hey there. Is everything all right? Awful late to be dropping in unexpected.
There's something you should see in front of the dinosaur.
Okay, if that's what you think.
Yeah, who's this guy? Oh, it's that random.
That tower on the strip, the one you can see for miles? I hear it ain't sealed up.
Well, Jeannie Mae Crawford, I hope you've made your peace. Are you stupid?
I hope you're finding it.
Go back in front of the dinosaur. And it is done. Okay. Hello, Boone.
That's it then. How did you know?
I found the bill of sale.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It'd be like them to keep paperwork. Here. This is all I can give. I think our dealings are done here.
What will you do after this?
I don't know. I won't be staying, I know that. Don't see much point in anything right now, except hunting legionaries. Maybe I'll wander. Like you.
Are you an outlaw now?
No. People die out there. Often enough that no one worries about blame. They're too anxious to forget it happened in the first place, I guess. Besides, I was on break when it happened.
Come with me. Let's go after the Legion.
You don't want to do that.
We'll kill more with the two of us.
Yeah, that might be true. That's reason enough for me to take you up on it, I suppose, but this isn't gonna end well. Fine. Let's get out of here.
Alright, so Boone has given us a first recon beret, which increases our crit chance by 5%. Which means this thing is going to sit on the top of our head for about all time. I hate that I accidentally made Joe. But oh well. I used to go by Joe Baggs anyway. Now it's Bond free. So it all works out. But actually, what we're going to do immediately is we're just going to send Boone right the hell away. Once we're done talking to him. Oh yeah, we get to... Oh, we get to have a nice long talk with Boone, don't we? Yeah, okay. What is it you aren't telling me about what happened to your wife?
You got no right asking me that. Drop it.
I want to understand you better.
You don't know what you're asking. Just let it go for now. The Legion's the only thing I want on my mind right now.
Were you at Bitter Springs with 1st Recon?
I was in a lot of places with 1st Recon. I don't really remember.
You must have been at Bitter Springs. What happened there?
That part of my life's over now. And so is this discussion.
How do you feel about Manny Vargas?
He was a good spotter.
Weren't you also friends?
Yeah, we were.
Not anymore?
No.
What outfit did you serve in the military with?
1st NCR Recon. It's a sniper battalion. Sees a lot of action. They moved us around a lot. I was stationed at Camp Golf for a while. Last I heard, they're at Camp McCarran.
How did you happen to join 1st Recon?
They pick you out if you do well at the firing range. Pays a little better, so I said okay.
Is that a 1st Recon beret?
Yeah. You can tell by the patch. Bear skull with crossed rifles behind it. Slogan underneath.
What's the slogan?
The last thing you never see. Pretty accurate. And so are we.
Tell me about Camp McCarran.
Was an airport before the war. Command liked it because it was already fortified, and it let them keep an eye on the strip. They've got an old monorail that still runs between them. Used mostly for supplies and deployment. But if you get leave, you're allowed to go gamble. It was General Oliver's post. But I heard he's been up at the dam a lot lately. Guessing Colonel Shu is running it.
What do you think of General Oliver?
Didn't know him. He's a signature on my discharge papers. Wasn't real popular, though. Even overheard my CO complain about him once. General Wait and See, he called him.
Do you know Colonel Shu at all?
Yeah. He introduced himself to me once. I shook his hand. Doubt he remembered me now, though. When he looked at you, you could see he understood. After some of the things we'd seen, that meant something. But I heard he'd be a general right now if Oliver didn't know the president.
The dam?
The big one. The one the NCR is trying to hold on to, that the Legion's pushing for. Whole war depends on holding it.
What was Camp Golf like?
It was on the front line for a while. Only resort in New Vegas no one wanted to get sent to. Doesn't have that kind of importance anymore, though. They pulled most of the troops out of there after we took the Hoover Dam.
Let's talk about something
All
else.
right.
I had some questions I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Does the name Benny mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
What can you tell me about New Vegas?
It's NCR land for the most part. We tamed it. Now we're settling it. A lot of people complain about it, but they forget what it was like before we showed up. It's a lot of territory to secure. Too much, even for a big army like the NCR's.
How do you feel about the NCR?
Coming east was about securing the land so people could live without fear. It's not always that simple, but I think the cause is still right. And God help us if they lose.
Any thoughts about Caesar's Legion?
Yeah, lots of thoughts. All about the best ways to kill them.
Tell me about yourself.
If you want. It's not really my thing. What do you want to know?
What's the best way for me to use your skills?
Give me a rifle and a clear line of sight, and I'll start picking them off before they've even seen me. Didn't have much hand-to-hand training, so our chances are better if you keep the enemy out of my face. I'm trained as a spotter, too. If you're looking through a scope, I can find your targets for you.
Ever take that beret off?
No.
Tell me about your wife.
Carla's dead. That's all you need to know.
All right. Well, Boone.
What is it?
It's time for us to part ways.
If that's what you think.
Meet up at the Lucky 38.
I'll make my way there.
Oh, it never ends. Alright, we've got a couple more people to go pick up. I know, it's a lot. Where do we want to go? We want to go to Freeside's North Gate.
Hey.
There's the man of the hour. Arcade Gannon.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher, not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
What's the goal?
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language that Caesar's Legion speaks?
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
Where did you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
Do you know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
Nihi what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
That's what you think, but you never know. Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
So, because we have low intelligence, we can say, this place is really complicated and stuff. You're smart. Can you help me do things? And because Arcade Gannon is a good and empathetic person, sympathetic maybe, he will actually come with us just based off picking this dialogue option because he feels that he has a moral obligation to help keep us safe. And that's something I really admire about him. But we're not going to make ourselves seem helpless to appeal to him. We have enough speech that we can say this. Things are bad around here. I'd like to make a difference, and I'd like you to help me.
That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair?
Fair enough.
All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it.
Arcade has given us the Better Healing perk, which does more health. Okay, great. Let's talk.
What's up?
What's your opinion on the current situation?
It could be better. If we can find a way to work toward the independence of New Vegas, that would be ideal. But really, as long as you don't help out the Legion, anything's better than that.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm really very boring. You'd get better stories out of a Freeside junkie.
Arcade, I'm asking you because I'm interested. Don't put yourself down.
Oh, all right. I'm 30-ish. Well, late 30s. I was born west of here. I was an only child and spent most of my time with my mother. My father died when I was young, and I never got over it. Oh, and I like medicine and reading books about failed pre-war socioeconomic policies. Right now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, why hasn't some lucky man scooped this bachelor off his feet? Like I said, I'm boring.
And so now Arcade has revealed that he is a homosexual man. So, the tally goes up to what? Five gay characters in this game? Why don't you like talking about yourself?
Some people do. I just don't. Look, I appreciate that you're trying to be friendly, but I'd just rather not discuss it.
You can do better than that.
No, really. Have you ever snorted a ground-up Cazador venom sac? Neither have I. But I can guarantee you that a Freeside junkie has.
Do you always deflect personal questions?
Only to obfuscate my past association with a fascist paramilitary organization. I'm joking, of course. I will deflect personal questions at any opportunity. Honestly, it isn't too difficult if you have half a brain and aren't a complete jerk. I wanted to help people, and I enjoyed learning, so I signed up. New Vegas is in trouble, so I came out here. If someone doesn't step up and try to help the people here, it's going to end very badly.
Where did you get your medical training?
The followers taught me everything I know about medicine. Despite our humble abode here in New Vegas, we have great facilities back in the NCR. We may have overextended ourselves by setting up camp in Freeside, but the people here need help from someone. If not us, who?
All right, Arcade. We must part ways.
Well, I thought my charm could win you over, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. You sure you want me to go?
Go to the Lucky 38.
Back to the tomb, I suppose. If you need me, etc.
And there he goes. Okay, we've got... I'm going to do one more person, and then from there, we will finish up the episode, and then next time, we will have all of our friends with us, and we'll have a wonderful time. Okay.
Hey there. Here's the rest of the payment I promised you back in Goodsprings.
Well, it's our good friend Ringo, everybody, and he gave us some money even. I don't like the way he's looking at me right now. Who's in charge here?
Alice McLafferty runs the Crimson Caravan. You can find her over in the main office.
So what's next for you?
I'm getting ready to run a caravan up towards Utah. There's a town called New Canaan, which is supposed to be pretty prosperous. The Crimson Caravan doesn't have any branches out that way, so it'll be up to me to get things started.
Well, good luck, Ringo. I'll see you later. No, I won't. We'll never see him again.
I'll see you around.
That was a lie.
Hey.
All right. Let us go and get to know Alice McLafferty.
The NCR appreciates good citizens like you.
Sure. We're not an NCR citizen, but whatever. Hello, Alice McLafferty.
Welcome to the Crimson Caravan Company New Vegas branch. What may I do for you?
Huh? I'm looking for work.
I'm afraid we have no current openings for caravanners or guards, but I am in need of a runner.
I'll take it. What do I need to do?
Deliver this invoice to Dr. Hildern. You can find him somewhere inside Camp McCarran.
Okay, this is... Oh, great. So, this is an introduction to another quest, but we're not going to take that right now. We're just going to deliver the invoice and not actually... Alright, okay. We're going to deliver the invoice and continue this quest, not get caught up on any other quests. And this is all so we can just get another person on the team. Make no mistake. Oh, good lord. Let me in.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
Actually, I have an invoice from you for, or an invoice for you from Alice McLafferty.
From Alice? I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else, or were you just here about the invoice?
Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
We'll be back for him. Eventually. Maybe not soon, but eventually.
Welcome back.
I delivered that thing.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
What other work do you have available?
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible. There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult, however. And finally, I need someone to acquire the Gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths.
Tell me about the negotiation.
There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring. They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave outpost.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It's been a...
All right.
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
We're going back to our good old friends in the Mojave outpost.
Hey.
Hello.
You come around like a bad habit. What's on your mind?
Crimson Caravan sent me. They want to buy out your caravan.
They want to buy Cassidy Caravans? Don't they know it's burned to ash? No. Even times being what they are. Not sure I'm looking to sell. Even for all the whiskey in Reno.
What happened to your caravan?
Mojave happened. Hit by raiders packing some heavy firepower. Can't believe the Crimson Caravan haven't heard. So if you want to buy all of Cassidy Caravans, you're looking at it. And what I got in my pockets. Still, as little as that is, not looking to sell.
So even if you have nothing, you won't sell?
If someone came up to you and offered you 1,000 caps for your name, would you take it? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to hear your answer anyway. Point is, I made the caravan what it is. It's mine.
I have the offer letter here. The terms are fair.
Alice McLafferty, eh? No, I see the zeros, and I know she's good for them. Still, it's not about the money. Dad'd spin like a twister if he ever heard I sold our name for anything.
Are you sure?
Look, I know you came all this way, and that takes some drive, especially these days. Just doesn't feel right. Trading history for a slip of paper.
If you made the caravan, then you're responsible for killing it.
What did you just say to me? 'Cause you sure as hell got my attention now.
Who believes in... Or no, I may be honest, but at least I'm not blinded by pride.
That's fair. But there's been that voice inside me saying the same thing, and whiskey wasn't killing it. Give me that paper. I'll put my name to it. No sense trying to hold the past between your fingers when it's nothing but dirt. All right. There you go. Caravan's yours. Feel kind of relieved, actually. Guess I didn't realize how much I was carrying around with just the name.
What'll you do now?
No idea. Maybe head back west? Though the idea of heading back there with my tail between my legs isn't appealing.
There's other places to go.
Where? Like Vegas? Shoot and spit enough friends out. East? Get put in one of Caesar's little camps? No thanks. Head back west? I already know the big circle and everyone in it, except now I go back there ruined. Never really realized how small the Mojave's getting nowadays. Hard to find a place to go that's worthwhile.
Maybe it's not where you go, it's the company.
It's the company? That has got to be the biggest load of Brahmin shit I've ever heard. Still, if you've got more like that, walking the Mojave with you can't be any worse than here, that's for sure. All right, I'm in.
All right, we have Cass as a companion now. Now we get to talk to her. Oh boy.
Well, now that I'm free of the outpost, was wondering if you'd mind making a detour. I'd like to pay my respects to the end of Cassidy Caravans. Check out the site where they died.
Where was your caravan hit?
Upside of Vegas, hear tell? Trapped at the Mojave outpost, so I wasn't able to run there when I heard. Been weeks since it was hit, so the site's probably a Cazador nest by now.
How'd you catch word of it?
Got word back on what happened from Rangers. Guess they found enough in the wreckage to identify it.
Think there's anything left?
Only wishful thinking on my part, most likely. At the least, I'd like to pay my respects. I got them into this mess. I owe them that much.
If there's time.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Some of the caravan might be ash, but we were expecting raiders and over-inquisitive NCR border guards. There might be something left. If I'm there with you, shouldn't be hard to spot. And I'd prefer to see the bodies with my own eyes.
I had other questions. Where'd you get that pendant?
Gift for my dad, along with my name. Rose of Sharon Cassidy. Mom said he got the name out of some old world book about dirt pilgrims. Name sure sounds sweet, though. Anyway, pendant's a little rose. Originally thought it was one of Mom's tribal necklaces, but no. Came from Dad.
Your mother was a tribal?
You know, like one of the tribes from the east. We got 'em out west, too. NCR's herding them up, though, domesticating them. Mom was from east of the Colorado, though. Not sure what tribe. Was before the time Caesar rounded them up, made them legion. She walked a hell of a way until she crossed paths with my dad, and he convinced her to stop walking. And lucky for me, he was a horny old bastard.
That's one way to put it.
Didn't ask Mom to elaborate. Never heard her complain about his bedroom behavior. Only complain he wasn't around to do it no more.
Tell me about your dad, I guess.
Not much to tell. He ended up walking east one day when I was young and never came back. Not a family deserter like some, though. Mom died waiting for him, and she had me to raise. She was sick, but she held off dying until I was old enough to be getting into trouble with the boys. As for Dad, I figure he just got himself lost or dead. Happens. And I'm not all boo-hoo about it, so save your glass for someone who's crying.
Any idea why you went east?
Not a clue. When he left, I was too in my crib to understand why, and around the time Mom passed, I was too into my teens to listen. Got his name, got this pendant, and that's about it.
Where'd you learn to shoot?
Short of caps is what taught me mostly. Ammo's expensive, so I learned to make every shot count. And hear tell my dad was a crack shot, so I don't want to dirty the family name. Not out of pride. Respect.
Where'd you learn to handle dynamite?
Dynamite's for when you don't have enough bullets, want to clear a pass or scare off geckos from a caravan. Some of Twister's Out of the Divide can block off a pass in no time, so you learn how to handle powder so you don't get trapped somewhere. Any event, I prefer shooting if it comes down to an argument. Don't worry, I'll carry my weight if a disagreement arises.
Any other weapons you know how to use?
What, you mean like spears? No, none of that. Mom was a tribal, but she didn't teach me anything like that.
Other questions? You any good in a fight?
I'm fair with checking dynamite, not bad with a pistol, if I do say so myself. Carry a knife, too, but that's more for practical reasons. Prefer settling things with my fists, though. Made more friends than corpses in bar fights. Plan on keeping it that way. Don't think I'm some kind of Vault City pacifist, though. If things get heated, I'll start shooting. Trust me.
Is whiskey your drink of choice?
Not sure if I chose it or it chose me. Dad ran a bar a long time ago, and it was a labor of love, Mom said. Didn't sound like it made her happy. Still, I'm guessing I got some of Dad's love of whiskey in me because the burn suits me fine. Used to call me Whiskey Rose back west, before I punched enough people, so now they say it. But quiet, and when I'm not around.
Whiskey Rose?
Yeah, on account of my name. And the blossoms on my cheeks when I drink too much. Won most of those fights, too. Can take a hell of a punch and give it right back when I've got a bottle in me. It's all in how you drink it, though. There's a trick to it. When we pass the bottle, I'll show you how it's done.
Where do you usually go to drink?
There's usually a bar in every stop along the road. Helps me sleep. Well, not really, but I tell myself that. Sometimes I have to brew it myself if I'm too far from a bar. Not quality, but I'm for anything that takes the edge off the day.
That's awesome. I love an alcoholic with a shotgun and dynamite just traveling around with me, especially one with like zero sense of personal responsibility. Anyway, you can make moonshine?
Yeah. What else you gonna do with an empty bottle? Wait for it to refill itself? Get me some ingredients out of the Mojave, an empty bottle, a little time, and I'll keep us stocked. All right, then.
We have a new recipe now from Cass.
Not sure who this friend of yours is, but if he's looking down on Vegas, he's either God or the moon.
I don't know who that's in reference to, and I don't really care. How'd you get started in the caravan business?
Started? Took to it like a fish to water. Well, if you know what a fish is.
The hell is a fish?
It's this slimy, scaled thing. Like a lake lurk, except no legs. Well, most times. They're like birds, except they stay underwater. Anyway, I've seen pictures. One guy even had one above his bar in Reading, except it was made of pre-war plastic. Used to say it could sing, but I figured he was on a jet rush.
So you just started in the caravan?
Actually, it sort of fell on me. My feet get antsy if I stay in one place, like the Mojave outpost. It's driving me crazy, that feeling of being trapped there. So thanks for that.
So you traveled a lot?
Yeah. West, east, and passed through places enough times people would sometimes pay me some caps to take something to the next town.
Like a courier?
Well, not as glamorous, I guess. Roads back west were safer in most places. Most. Anyway, occurred to me I could scratch the traveling itch and get paid for it. Cassidy caravans formed around me. Rest is history.
How's caravan life in the Mojave?
Well, I'm not one for soft living or soft men, let me tell you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you right now, on both counts.
Not sure I understand your answer.
The caravan fighting here in the Mojave, it's been downright brutal. The amount of caravan space you reserve for ammo alone. And if it's not raiders, powder gangers, it's NCR tolls. They need to get the money from somewhere, even if it's Vegas bound.
Do you deal mostly with NCR?
Anyone wise does. Vegas families pay on time, from what I've heard. Even the Omertas. The White Gloves pay on time, but they're creepy. Deal with anyone else, though, you're taking a big risk.
What about Caesar's Legion?
The Legion? What about them? I don't trade caps or supply anyone who keeps slaves and treats women like Brahmin in those camps of theirs.
Do they deal with any caravans at all?
There's some caravans that deal with the Legion, yes. And as much as it pains me to say it, any caravan marked by the Legion is safe as houses. They guard their roads, their supply lines. Even fiends would hesitate before going after any trader dealing with Legion.
You sound frustrated.
I am. If NCR took the same stand and committed patrols to the roads, then I'd think that'd solve a lot of their problems right there. But they don't. Caravans get butchered in the Mojave all the time, like mine. And so fucking close to Vegas, you could see it from the wall.
NCR sure sounds like it has a lot to answer for.
NCR tries. It's just that trying doesn't mean a whole lot when you're paying your respects to the dead. And Legion, from what I've heard, they don't do the stop tolls on the roads or in the outposts like some NCR quartermasters do. You're lucky if you turn a profit sometimes. If some new officer gets assigned a route, the fees just get worse.
Any other differences between Legion and NCR?
Much as I hate the Legion, caravan life would be a hell of a lot easier if they ran the roads. Well, as long as those companies were run by men. And that's the biggest issue I see. And it's a shame. But I think there's people on the NCR side who feel more strongly than I do.
What do you mean?
Some caravans deal with the Legion now because the security. If towns could get the same protection, a lot more tempting than you'd think. A bunch of people would be willing to side with the Legion to not have to worry about fiends and boomers and powder ganger attacks. It's not hard for some folks to sell freedom when the alternative is worse. Especially if being with NCR is going to get you on a Legion cross.
What do you think of the NCR?
NCR's my country, and I support it. Anyone who says otherwise, I'll feed them my knee. I know which side of the firing line I'm on in the Mojave, just so you know.
Yeah, fuck off. You support it no matter what?
I'm not some blind, flag-saluting, do-as-they-will NCR lover. They're family. But let me tell you what family means. You ever had a brother? Some dumbass younger brother, say, who knocked up the pastor's daughter, can't hold a job, and is home away as a jail cell? That's NCR. Their compass is spinning all the time.
So they lack direction?
They try to put their stake in everything they see. Nobody's dick's that long. Not even Long Dick Johnson, and he had a fucking long dick. Thus the name.
Yeah, I got that part, thanks.
So NCR tries to hold on to everything. They can't, because it's too big for them to get their arms around. They can't guard the roads. They can't put a line of troops around the Mojave. It's just greed that makes the heads back west even try.
So the Mojave suffers.
Aside from the people in the towns, it's the soldiers that suffer for it most. Ever seen NCR troops asked to go after gangs at 3-to-1 odds? That bear flag doesn't make them bulletproof. And when those gangs were caused by NCR in the first place, like the powder gangers, Caesar on a crutch. Don't get me started there.
So what's the alternative?
Look, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want the Brotherhood or the Followers or the Vegas families running the Mojave. All of them are a different kind of fuck-up.
Stupid.
NCR just has some shaping up to do. Maybe Caesar kicking them in the nuts is a nice wake-up call, is all I'm saying. I just wish Caesar would kick the heads of NCR, not the feet. I've fucked a soldier in my time. They don't need to get fucked by their orders.
Oh God. What can you tell me about New Vegas?
Much as anyone else. Cazador trap. You fly in, the city sucks a pint out of you, then you're out on the street. NCR makes a habit of going there and dumping cash. Only the Strip gets fat off it. Couldn't tell you much more than that. Not really one for New Vegas when there's enough dump water bars in the Mojave to last me.
Know anything about Mr. House?
Not much. And I haven't had occasion to look for anything more than that. I've heard what most people know. He's said to run New Vegas. He runs the robots. But, well, no one's really seen him. Well, except you, that is.
We need to part ways.
If you're sure. Your loss.
Go to the Lucky 38.
Back to the Gilded Cage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on with that guy? Alright, we're done. We're done recruiting. If you can't tell, I don't like Cass very much. Definitely my least favorite of the 6 humanoid companions you get in the base game. We've got one more person that we're going to recruit, and another, like, creature that we're going to recruit. But those will have to happen in the future. For now, we're going to go to the Strip and get all our folks, and then we will call it an episode. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great.
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
Buddy, I'm already allowed. Goodbye. Go away. Fucking. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. I'm a little cranky.
Thank you for visiting.
It's 3 a.m. And I'm ready to finish this episode and get it uploaded. And you know what? Maybe have a little grape juice to celebrate. Because grape juice is awesome.
Where to, partner?
Presidential suite.
High roller suite.
Look, it's all our friends. Alright.
What's up? Not much for family gatherings, huh?
Oh, anything's better than staying.
What's up? Not much for family. You. What's up? Not much for What's up? Let's go make... What's up? Not much for family.
Well, now, look. Was reminded what.
What's up? Not much for family.
What's up? There's something about that robot that doesn't seem all right to me. I'm not saying we shouldn't take it with us. I'm just saying that if it were to fall into Lake Mead and be irreparably damaged, and if you threw an EMP grenade in after it, well, there are worse things happening in the world, right?
Careful if we go off the road.
Come here.
Where to, partner?
No, get the fuck away. Victor!
What's up? Not much for you. What's up? Let's go make trouble.
Good lord, man. Get in here, all of you. All right.
What's up? Not much.
Where's Boone? Boone, you in here?
Hey, is it time? I'm ready.
What's up? Not much for What's up? Let's go make trouble.
All right, and just like that. Get in here, crew. Or don't. Boone, you gonna get in the room? Alright, I mean, I wanted to, wow, free Jake juice and scotch. I don't like the sound of Jake juice. Anyway, so that's it, guys. We've got Veronica, we've got Eddie, we've got Arcade Gannon, we've got Raoul the Cool Ghoul, we've got Boone, and we've got Cass. They're all right here. And if we get this, oh my gosh. What? Just give me the cigarettes, man. They're all here with us.
With
Be
a smile.
Stay close, yeah. Oh yeah, I need to tell Arcade and Boone to be aggressive.
Good.
Aggressive. Okay. Be aggressive. 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 And now just to test it out, we're gonna leave.
Where to, partner?
We're gonna go out on the strip. Casino floor.
Casino floor.
Look at them all. This is us. This is the crew. We got a gang together, fellas. Just look at them. This is us. Alright, guys. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The Strip's not a bad place if you love terrible things and people. I'll never understand the allure of giving away your money to the rich.
Tell them, Arcade Gannon. So that's it, guys. We've got the crew together. And now it's time to go on some sick-ass adventures with the lot of us, you know? Like I said, we got one more person we're going to be bringing along for the journey. Technically two, but we can't have both of them in the party at the same time. So the gang's going to get a little bit bigger, but not too much. Anyway, that's, oh, Christ. Golly.
Fucking Crocker couldn't find his ass if it wasn't on his backside.
Stop harassing my gang members. I really need a better name for them than that. I'm not going to keep calling them gang members. My companions. Stop harassing my companions. Anyway, so that's it, everybody, you know. I hope you had a good time while I was away. I hope you continue having a good time out into the rest of January here in 2025. You know, I wish the best for you and your loved ones. I want you to stay safe. I want you to be, you know, happy, healthy, prosperous, and, you know, y'all are my friends. I love you guys. Thanks for stopping in for another session of Fallout New Vegas, and I reckon that I will probably see you all next time. Don't know when the next video will be, but, you know, we got plenty of stuff to do now that we got everybody rounded up, so I will see you then. Good night, guys.